And we are recording.
All right. When last we left off, the wolf pack, in an effort to sow some discord in the elven city of Elvenon, have taken to the forests of the Verdant Bay Peninsula. There, they have discovered an arcane research facility, once owned by elven entrepreneur Imrian, that was taken over by the Empire before losing contact with the city. With the nearby forests overrun by some weird, soulless creatures, the pack has followed the tremors around the facility to an underground research lab. After procuring the proper security keys, they have discovered some dark secrets and finally unlocked the central pit experimentation chamber. Upon entering, though, they were met with a fleshy tower of unfocused eyes and gibbering mouths on all sides of it, its wails reverberating on the walls of the chamber as the door shut behind the wolf pack, sealing them in. And for once, Wolfpack, I'm not going to ask you what you would like to do, because I'm going to tell you what you need to do. You need to select your tokens and roll initiative for me.
Oh, I'll roll with advantage because I have feral instinct.
You do.
Why didn't it roll right?
And in a very fitting thematic moment, I rolled initiative for the creature before you guys got here, and it rolled a natural 1. It has no benefits to its initiative, and it rolled a 1. So
that's no good.
Yeah.
Well, poor guy.
This is weird.
Too bad it doesn't get inspiration.
I had my advantage toggled.
It's all right. I'll take that inspiration because I did roll the lowest out of anybody. So, as stated before the game started, I roll like crap.
All right, let's do a little reorganizing here. Drost with your crazy initiative because, you.
Yeah, that's a 10 on the D20 too.
Yeah,
Yikes.
You're... Chronomancy's fucking weird, man. Tez and Taylor, I'm going to take a wild guess and say Taylor has the higher dex, correct?
I should have a 12, so I had advantage toggled. It did not roll it right, though. So the first was a 12, then there was 11. So, because I have feral instinct. Yeah.
My dex is
Gotcha,
20.
yeah. Yep. Never mind, yeah, he did roll a 12 first, so boop, there we go.
Thank you.
All right, but with that, we need a little bit of scene music. And we're going to start top of the round. Drost, you are standing, to set the scene a little bit with this room once more. It is a fairly dark chamber with a stone walkway around 3 sides of it. The stone lip is keeping a pool of blood in the center of the room from spilling over, with another stone well filled with darker, older, oxidized blood, although that well is currently being occupied by this massive mound of flesh, eyes, and mouths as it's making moaning noises. So you are not standing in blood, but you're on this little walkway that kind of fills most of the room on the edges. So, Drost, what would you like to do?
Just a couple of quick questions. So like first glance, so this is a big fleshy like mess of...
It is an 8-foot tall mound of flesh, eyes, and mouths. The eyes kind of darting all over the place, looking at different points, sometimes focusing on you guys.
Cool. I'm going to ask, I'm going to just like say out loud, does anybody know what, like anything about the light blades, like what's inside them? And I'm going to cast...
Blood last time I checked.
Mm-hmm.
No shit.
Sure. Just wondering if there's an association with what we're seeing and the armor in the other room. Anyways, I'm going to cast Augment, which is just a reskinned version of Bless at 4th level. So I'm going to get all 6 of us with Bless.
Hell nice. Yeah. Every one of you now on its attacks and saving throws, correct?
Correct.
All of you get a free D4.
I feel blessed.
If you're using Roll20, there's the global skill modifier, or global attack modifier, and saving throw modifier. You can click those on it, it'll just automatically roll it for you, so we don't accidentally forget.
Nice.
How do I do that?
And I yield the floor.
Right. On your sheets, what he's talking about. This is on if you're using Roll20 directly for the character sheet. I know a couple people were still using the D&D Beyond extension ported over. If you go over to the gear icon and then on the right side column underneath proficiency bonus, there should be global or show global save modifier, show global skill modifier, and then show global attack modifier. You'll add the save modifier and attack modifier. And then it should automatically have, when you go back over to core, there's some new fields on there. Just hit the little gear icon underneath, like where it has bless, and it'll have that. So next time you roll a saving throw or an attack, make sure that that's selected, and it'll automatically add a D4.
Alrighty.
All right. No movement, Drost?
Well, I can't. It doesn't unless I can move farther away.
You kind of just have this ring around it.
Yep.
So not exactly running away from this fight since there's a door at your back.
So these stairs here, are those stairs down to the level of the
blood pit? Correct. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna stay out of that.
As well as the door over here to the west.
Is that door open?
That door is currently closed.
Gotcha. Okay. Anyways, yes. Yep. No, I got nowhere to go. So.
Okay. Garuk, it is your turn.
Yeah. I'm gonna use my short bow and shoot at it.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your attack.
Excellent.
Right off the bat, a natural 20. Go ahead and roll damage. There's no sneak attack on this because you're not hidden and there's not currently anyone engaged with it. Just making sure your short bow is non-magical, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Ooh.
Just had to make sure.
Or boating.
I don't like that.
I don't like that either.
No, just making sure. Just noting something down.
Just asking for a friend.
You very quickly pull your short bow up, draw the arrow, fire, and immediately put one of the eyes out, and this thing just starts quivering even more with these screaming moan sounds getting louder in pitch. Any movement, bonus action, anything from you?
Nope.
All right, you stay put. Finn, you're up.
All right, I'm moving my hex over to that pig fucker with my bonus action.
Okay.
And then... yeah, fuck it. I'm just gonna shoot it.
All right, go ahead and roll your Eldritch Blast.
And that augment thing stays active for like a period of time, right? Or is it like a one and done deal?
As long as I'm concentrating, yes, that's effective for everything.
Yep.
No matter what you do.
It's essentially just a reskin blast spell. So as long as he's focusing on it, he's got it.
So it'd be 17
and a 31. Yeah, both of those hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
And it is magical, in case you were wondering.
Yep, it is magical, including the hex damage, which is all magical.
Can confirm.
As you fire the blast out of your hands, slamming into this quivering mass. You notice it doesn't react as much as it did when it got shot by the arrow.
Hmm.
Ooh.
And 13, so okay. Yeah, I mean, you still see like you did some damage. You ended up busting up one of the eyes as well, but it didn't react in as much pain as it did when it just got shot by a normal arrow.
Oh, dear.
Okay.
Any movement, anything from you?
Yeah, I mean, there's not really a place to go, so.
All right.
I mean, is that key still active?
You do have your key at the moment, but all the doors are currently sealed.
Okay, so it won't work. So. Okay, then yeah, if there's no place to hide, I'll move over here behind Tez.
You can hide behind me.
Yep, just pinched up against the wall, like, nope, I am using you as cover. Perfect.
Like, what that do? That's the guy that shot you.
You're scrunched back there.
Well, only till you move forward, then I'll be a lot less scrunched.
Okay.
All right, at the end of your turn, it's going to take a legendary action. The there's this sudden like pull in of energy, and you guys almost feel, even though you all have dark vision, you're able to see here in the dark when there's no light, but your vision kind of clouds a little bit and almost fades to black before this repulsing blast of energy fires out. I need everybody to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh no!
Don't forget 1d4.
Oof.
13 for me.
That beats my 8.
Oh, it
Well,
rolled blessed me, never mind.
yeah, I checked the bless, but it didn't work for some reason. I'll fuck with it.
Okay. Those who already rolled the blast. Drost, that's a fail. Taylor, that's a success. Finn, that is a success. Or no, sorry, Finn, that's a failure. Got my math mixed up. Garuk, that's a success. Tez with your 13, that's a fail.
Oh no!
And Tyler, that's a success. So, everyone, where is my dice? Anyone who failed takes 21 points of poison damage. Those who succeeded take half.
How many points?
21.
Jesus.
On a 21 on a fail, 10 on a half. Or on a success.
Ouch!
God damn.
That's
You
fun.
guys feel, as this like wave of nausea hits you guys feel like your stomachs have been emptied, like it's gnawing, this weird kind of hunger pang almost, as your vision kind of returns to you and you look up, and there's almost this like wave of life energy that gets sucked up into this thing, and one of the eyes that got put out earlier heals slowly and opens back up.
Christ.
I don't like that at all.
No.
Oh, should my dog make a con save as well?
You know what? Kisa should make a con save as well.
Elves need to make one since I guess he's in the room. He's on me, but he's in the room.
I don't know how to do that for a dog.
On her character sheet, if she doesn't have proficiency in con saves, it's just Constitution roll.
And this is magic, right?
Yes, this is a magical effect.
Okay. He has resistance. So
15, that is a success, so 10 points to Kisa.
All right.
And 13, that's a failure for Elvis.
whoops.
So
Said
21 points to him. Yep.
Oh,
I think,
that might,
does Elvis
that might
just poof away?
He might have just disappeared.
Yeah, that's probably a lot more
Oh yeah.
familiar as.
Yeah, he's gonzo.
All right.
Fuck that. I'm casting Hellish Rebuke.
Okay. That is
Since
a
Elvis
dexterity save
disappeared.
on this thing's part.
Yep.
Public.
Hold on, my slot level is, I think, 4th. Yep.
There's an 18 on the dex save. Barely passes it.
God damn it.
So 31 points of damage, so 15 halved. You, with a bit of fiery energy, rebuke it, causing this burst of fire to hit it. And it doesn't do nearly as much damage as you were hoping.
Thing has resistance to magic.
Looks
You
Sorry,
guys
to
are
be
getting the
that
sense it
way.
might be
Was
it
that
might be
meta?
resistant to magic.
Finn, why aren't you hitting it harder?
Fuck you.
Okay.
Wow. Tyler, it's your turn as this revelation washes over all of you. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna try magic anyway and see what happens.
All right.
I'm gonna cast Fairy Fire on it.
Okay. What level are you casting Fairy Fire at?
Oh, Jesus.
I'll cast it at 3rd level.
Okay. You cast Fairy Fire, you watch as this blanket of fey-like sparkles land on its being and illuminate its shape. And then the lights fade away as it used its reaction to emit an anti-magic field and cancel the spell.
Oh, that's not good.
We should all talk about what we're gonna do in fights in chat beforehand from now on, huh?
Maybe we didn't plan for this.
There was a discussion, I believe,
Yeah, there was.
but I don't think that discussion included this. So
It all included magic, so.
Mm-hmm.
just a bit. All right, Tyler. Any bonus action, movement, anything?
Panic? Other than that, no.
That's a free action at all times. Tez, it's your turn, buddy.
Oh,
What you gonna do about it?
I'm going
All
to
right.
rage.
You bonus action rage. Give me your wild magic roll, please.
Okay. Let's see here.
Let's see what fate has in
Hopefully
store for
it's the
everybody.
armor.
That is. Oh
There's a
shoot.
2.
Where's my
You
shit?
teleport to a. All right. You teleport up to 30 feet to an unoccupied space you can see. Until your rage ends, you can use this effect again as a bonus action on each of your turns.
Okay. I'm going to teleport right on top of him.
Okay.
Can
you
I
get
stand on that edge?
You can get just barely onto the edge of this thing. Your footing isn't great, but you have the pool of blood itself. As you kind of look down, it's not that deep. It's only about a couple inches, really.
Okay. I'm raging, and the hairs on the back of my neck stand up, and my eyes turn red, and I attack reckless.
Okay.
Two
Go ahead and
hits.
go ahead and make your reckless strike.
Hooah!
Both of those are gonna hit. Go ahead and roll me damage, please.
Okay. Damage. Damage.
Oh, looks like it automatically added Great Weapon Master.
Oh.
So-
That was not supposed to be clicked.
That's all right. So that's just 2 for the rage damage on each of those, so that's fine. Go ahead and.
Oh yeah, what kind of damage was the attack there? The first one was lightning. I don't know if it matters at this point.
It does in fact. So.
Okay,
please-
and then the next one is psychic.
Okay.
Oh
The
man, this
second
is
one,
a
that 4 is
clusterfuck.
Psychic. Okay. Sorry, having to do math in my head real quick.
Yeah.
25. We're just gonna add it all up. So
Is it 29? But I
18,
wasn't supposed to have that. Great
20.
Weapon Master, was I?
You were not. So it's
Yeah,
just
that's
the
my
2
bad.
off of that. So no worries.
I also don't know what of that damage is going to count.
That's also a very good point because the Fighting Lion is a magical weapon, is it not?
It is very magical. It's pretty magical.
Okay. You land 2 blows on this thing, shattering parts, like, not necessarily shattering. There's no corporeal form to it. Like, you expect there to be some kind of crunch or bone or something in there. It is pure jiggly flesh. And the only real way you have of telling that you did damage to it is the amount of reverberating force through this thing, as it literally quivers with each strike that you land on it. It did take some damage. It didn't take a
good.
lot of damage, and not as much as you probably were expecting from that hit. And in fact, you watch as, like, on the second strike, when your hammer glows and would normally deal psychic damage, the pink energy around the hammer fades away as it strikes it.
Oh,
And
that
does
didn't
nothing.
work. Okay. That's it for me. I'll balance here.
All right, you stay there. Taylor, it is your turn.
I will shoot it.
Okay. Now, I know your bowstring is magical, but that it only gives a
Correct.
magical effect. Your ammunition in the bow itself is not magic.
Correct. It is not magical.
Okay, roll your attacks, please.
Of course.
You know, you officially have inspiration, and I'm gonna be like, if you want to use it to re-roll that, you absolutely can.
I can use that to re-roll that?
If you want to, yeah.
I mean, might as well. It's going to miss. So I might as well at least take a shot of advantage. There you go. That's a little
Fair
better.
enough. Yeah, 33 is definitely gonna hit, so that's 8 points of piercing damage.
And my second shot.
21 is definitely going to hit. That is 9 points of piercing damage. Yeah, you with two very you almost missed the first shot. You can see it's almost like a misfire with a bow. You go to pull back, and right as you're about to release, you have just the incorrect amount of tension still on the arrow. As you move your hand away from it, you right yourself, redraw it, and fire. You put out 2 of the eyes. This thing is still not enjoying the effects that it just went under.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, I'll stay right there. And is the blood that's down in front of me? Is that just a couple inches as well, or?
Yeah. So that entire ring of blood that surrounds this thing, this outer ring of it, it's just a couple inches deep.
Okay, then Kisa's gonna jump down there and bite it.
Okay. Kisa jumps down there and aids Tez in the bite attacks. Go ahead and make the rolls. That is a hit. Okay. Kisa manages to catch a fleshy appendage on this thing and rips a piece of it off. However, she normally does her trying to take it down prone. The way this thing is situated, she's not able to do that. This thing is immune to the prone condition.
I assumed as much, honestly.
All right. Any movement?
No, I'm good.
Okay. It is officially the aspect of hunger's turn. The fleshy eyes on this thing and the gibbering mouths have been really unsettling this entire time, but you watch as the eyes extend themselves in these almost tentacle-like appendages, and they start looking around. It's going to target Finn, Drost, and Tyler, because all 3 of you cast spells this round.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh.
First roll, we're gonna do this randomly because I'm feeling it. So 1, 2, 3. Okay. Drost, a bolt of lightning heads your way.
Of course it does.
That is an 18. Does it hit?
That meets. Yeah.
You take 5 points of lightning damage.
I do. I'm gonna need to make a Constitution or a concentration check.
You do. DC 10. Success. You're able to concentrate. Finn, that is.
I just realized I forgot to do that when I got hurt.
That's true. You did. Your hex stays, so you're fine. Finn, that's a 19 to hit you.
19?
Yep.
Yeah, that definitely hits.
6 points of necrotic damage to you. And to Tyler, that is a bolt of searing white light flies towards you. Does the 17 hit?
Yep.
6 points of radiant damage to you. As 3 different colored eyes target you, spellcasters who used magic this round, and each blast you. And that is its go. That's all it can do this turn. Drost, it is your turn.
All right. Out of character. So, friends, I have an idea. That AOE that it does is gonna just wreck us. I'm tempted to cover myself in blood. Does this thing? Okay, all right. So Corey, would I be able to? Would Drost be able to get a sense of differentiating the magical effects that this thing is doing?
Yes, you would get the sense. The eye beams are magic in nature, but definitely they seem to be tied specifically to the eyes. That blast was a completely different effect that emitted from all of the mouths on all of this thing. The anti-magic field's a little harder to pin down. That just seems to be at one point one of the eyes looked right at Tyler as she cast that spell, before that spell just faded away.
Sure. Okay. So yeah, we Jesus fuck. I literally have nothing but magic, and I'm reluctant to use it on this thing. I am. Is very unlikely to work. I'm gonna hopefully. I would like a Constitution saving throw from it. I'm gonna try and use momentary stasis on it as I attempt to lock it down mentally.
Oh no, hold on. I need to know something real quick.
Ooh, yeah, how magical is that?
Well, that's not what I'm going to be looking at.
Okay.
Specifically, I need to know if Incapacitate blocks out legendary actions.
Ooh, that would be fun. Incapacitate specifically says it cannot take actions, so I don't know that it's a capital A on actions, or it says actions or reactions.
Monster Manual page 11 does specify legendary creature regains its spent legendary actions at the start of its turn. It isn't required to use it, or the legendary actions, and it can't use them while incapacitated.
Hey.
So, all right, that is a Constitution save, you said, and this is oh shit, and I worded this. This isn't a spell. Yeah. So Constitution save.
Uh-oh.
It's pretty good at those though. Oh.
How good?
Yeah, normally pretty good. Not when I roll a 6 on the die though.
All right, and the funny thing is that it's how long does that last until the target's next turn or something like that?
Creatures encased in a field
until the
until the end of your next turn.
Of my next turn. Okay.
Oh no.
Okay, kids.
Yeah, so you watch. This thing it hasn't actually like moved its position. It seems fairly stationary here in the center of the room. But you watch as Drost emits this burst of what is it? What exactly does it look like when you use momentary stasis? What emits from you?
Oh, that's not something I've ever considered. I can magically force them to. I imagine it's just like a magical wave of energy coming off of me, and like linking myself to it, sort of encasing it in that energy.
Yeah, as this wave runs around into this being, you watch as the flesh that has been fairly mobile and wiggling like a tentacle this entire time slowly like stiffens up like a locked up muscle having a cramp. And the eyes themselves around all of this thing, the dozens and dozens of eyes, still able to move and check around, like watch you guys. But the mouths and the muscles themselves stop moving. It is incapacitated now.
Nice.
Oh, good.
That is really bad that it doesn't get its heal. That is a problem.
Yeah.
Well, just reading the spell, it says until the end of your next turn, or until the creature takes any damage.
Oh fuck!
Yeah,
Oh,
I was
okay.
reading the description. It is in there.
Here's the thing though.
It gives us time to talk about it.
Garruk goes next, and Garruk deals damage that isn't magical. Incapacitated gives the advantage condition on attacks, giving sneak attack.
Ooh.
Or until the creature takes any damage. Oh damn, that is much less effective than I thought it was.
It's good for a stun
It's
lock
not
to get
bad.
Yeah.
Stun lock to
stun
get
'em and-
away, or stun to get some extra damage in from. In this
Or a
case,
round
the
of healing
markers.
if needed.
Can I make a
Yeah.
suggestion?
Also, Dross might want to holler out not to hit it, or else it'll get unfrozen. Because if he doesn't
Yeah.
tell Finn, Finn's 110% shooting it.
Okay,
Yeah, I think we all
so yeah, thank you for pointing that out. I feel like we can get around this by everyone hold your action until whoever we want, looses an arrow as a trigger, and everyone attacks at once, breaking the incapacitation. But probably let's say at the end of who's like Finn, not Finn's, who's the last one to go?
Taylor.
Just before
Taylor is
the
last
thing.
in initiative, right before the aspect.
So yeah, either Tez or whatever. We all hold our action and attack on their go.
Or we can all attack on your go for the next round, and it would basically have one full round without an attack.
No, because that's the ends of the round, so we wouldn't be able to attack, right? Because if we hold our attack,
exactly,
the round starts over, so we just be shit out of luck. So
Oh.
yeah, we all have to dump basically when Taylor does.
Yeah.
Right.
That sounds like a
Correct.
plan.
Yeah, that works.
Correct.
All right.
All right. Well, in that
Okay.
Holy
case,
shit! Good call.
Garuk, what you doing?
Yep, I'm gonna hold my attack.
Because Taylor's bow's not magic either, right?
Taylor's bow is not magic, correct?
The bowstring is, but the
Yeah,
attacks and
that
the arrows
that
are
just
not.
applies. Yeah, that just applies an effect when utilized. So inherently, it does not make the arrows magical. All right, Garuk is holding until Taylor fires. Finn.
Well, provided Dro said everybody wait until Taylor shoots and then attack it. That's what I'm going to do.
All right, you are holding as well.
Oh, I forgot to tell you what I was hexing. I'll hex its wisdom, just in case it has to make a perception
Wisdom checks.
check to find somebody hidden.
Got it. Wisdom checks are hexed. Tyler, what you doing?
Okay, so would primal savagery be under like the anti-magic, considering it's like it is a cantrip?
It is a spell effect.
Okay.
So yeah, you get the sense that it would probably do half damage because this thing has resistance to damage from magical sources. You guys have pieced that much together. The damage would be halved in that sense. It hasn't been. It's only been canceling certain spells. And
Okay.
right now, while it's incapacitated, I don't believe they could take reactions anyway. So
Yeah, that's true.
Nice. Okay.
yeah, no, it can't.
I'm
take
getting up
reactions.
close to it and casting
Okay.
primal savagery because it's like the most damage I can do.
All right, and you hold to strike it with primal savagery. Tez, you started your turn in this blood pool. I need you to roll a Constitution saving throw for me, please.
Okay, that's not good.
I'm glad I
Look at
didn't
those.
cover myself in blood.
Oh, yes.
21. Okay, you do not take the 3d6 poison damage that I was about to roll. There's
that's
this
good.
there's this wave of nausea that comes over you. You're not sure if it's just standing in the blood or looking up at all of these eyes that are still repeatedly like moving around the room, looking at everything, but they keep tracking onto you since you're right in front of it as well. There's just something revolting about being here in the blood right next to this thing, but you
Ew.
manage to swallow it down and you do not lose your stomach over that.
Okay, good.
So I'm assuming you're holding your attacks as well.
Yes, but I'd like to do something quickly.
Okay, what would you like to do?
So, when I raged and I got this magical effect, Tez immediately is angry because what am I going to do around here? Teleport from wall to wall?
True.
I'm so mad. I'm going to re-rage.
Okay,
I'm going to
you can drop.
re-rage.
You can drop rage and re-rage. That's true.
I've got one more rage left, so I'm going to go. I've got one more after this, so don't be a 2. Oh, good.
Okay.
What is
That is an
8?
8. A bolt of light shoots from your chest. Another creature of your choice that you can see within 30 feet of you must
okay.
succeed on a Constitution saving of your choice. So you can specify.
Okay. I
Must succeed on a con save or take 1d6 radiant damage and be blinded until the end of your next turn. So,
as soon as this starts to boil up in me, I'm
I need
going
you to pick a
hold
creature.
it. Do I have to though?
as part of it.
It says you choose.
With the effect, it is because of how wild magic is it's phrased. It happens when you rage. In addition, you can repeat this as a bonus action later, but the effect happens right now.
Okay, so this is what.
So you need to
Tez
specify
does.
a creature you can see.
Okay, so if you'll allow this is what I'm gonna do. I'd say everyone sees me just re-rage, and then this big like plume of lightning just shoots up, and it's like holding, and I hold it to myself and look around, and I see everybody looking at me, and I'll just attack myself with it. Can I do that? It's a creature of my choice. Shit,
And you
it
can
does
see
say
parts
another.
of yourself.
It's another creature.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. It does say another creature, doesn't it? Shit.
Ooh.
I was gonna. You know what? Give me a wisdom roll. Give me a wisdom check here.
Oh, I'm so glad you're gonna let me try. Just a regular wisdom.
Because you guys had a really good plan, and I don't necessarily want to cock it up just because you needed a reroll.
Just
No,
roll
that's-
D6 and shoot one of us. Who gives a fuck?
I
This
was just gonna say.
Yeah.
Just shoot
long
one
as
of.
you're not
Don't
getting
shoot the fucking thing. Shoot one of us, dickhead.
I don't know what to do.
Shoot one of us.
I look at Garuk. Garuk, where have you been? And I shoot Garuk.
Garuk, please give me a Constitution saving throw, please. 14. What is your DC, Tez?
Fuck, I don't know.
It is 8 plus proficiency plus con. So what's your con modifier?
All right,
'Cause it's
con
gonna be 11.
modifiers, 4.
4.
So it's
Okay,
15.
so it is
Kendall
15.
does not make
Uh,
it.
Well, Kendall is still blessed. So,
Yes.
Kendall, roll a d4. Actually, no, you don't even need to roll a d4 if you really don't want to. 15 is going to meet it. So, even with a 1 on the
Jesus
d4,
Christ.
you meet the roll. Garuk, you see as Tez is like struggling, having a literal existential breakdown of what to do about this light in his chest, and ends up looking right at you and blowing his load, and you see it coming and barely dodge out of the way.
Dear God, the phrasing.
No, I picked the phrase very particularly.
Blew my load.
This bolt of light comes streaking out at you, and it's almost like a flashbang going off right next to you, but your eyes readjust once more. Probably a good thing you didn't hit. You didn't actually hit her with that, so she would have been blinded and lost the sneak attack advantage.
Oh shit,
no
you're
shit.
right. Nothing's
But-
perfect.
But you now have this power that's up.
Okay, that's better.
And you're still
yeah,
raging.
And I'm holding my action.
Okay. Taylor, it is your turn, and you have a lot of people waiting for you to fire.
Well, my dog starts in the blood, so.
Yep, Shakisa needs a Constitution saving throw for me, please. It is a DC 14 that she does not make, so she takes 10 points of poison damage. As Kisa just starts like making that uncomfortable noise that dogs make when they're trying to vomit. Before kind of like shaking her head a little bit and looking like very sickly at this thing, like, oh, I have to go bite this again.
At the end of her turn, can I have her stand like on the edge and not in the blood? Because there's
Yeah,
that little
yeah,
lip
there-
right there.
Yeah, there's enough of a lip that she can get up out of the blood.
Okay, then I'll make sure to do that. But
Okay.
as for now, it's time to unload everyone's attacks.
Okay. Let's start with yours, because yours are non-magical, and therefore have been dealing more damage. So go ahead and roll 2 attacks at advantage.
At advantage. Well, there's the first roll, so take the damage of the first one.
You know, you almost missed with that first one.
Ooh.
Everybody, let's see, so that's... Okay.
What's the
Everybody-
advantage mechanic?
Because it's incapacitated.
Incapacitated just says can't take actions or reactions. I don't think.
Oh, I'm thinking
mean-
paralyzed, aren't I? I am thinking paralyzed.
Yeah, I'm not. That's
Yep.
not. That's a little
Petrified.
too powerful for that
Yep.
ability.
Fair enough. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, never mind, not at advantage, but both of those
I mean-
do hit.
If you're gonna give it to us, then we'll take it.
No, I'm good. I'm good, because you guys technically don't need it now. Everybody, go ahead and roll your attacks.
Are we doing regular?
Yep, just regular.
Okay.
Unless you're doing your attacks reckless, Tez. That's up to you.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I will.
Okay, Tyler, that's a hit. Tez, that's a hit. Tez, that's definitely a hit.
And a crit.
Finn, both of yours hit. Kendall, yours hits as well. And don't forget your sneak attack, Kendall.
Do you want me to go ahead and roll all this shit or wait?
Go ahead and roll all of it.
Damage, etc. Okay. Make sure it's looking okay.
Does Tez have the Great Weapon Master feat?
No, there he goes.
I do, but I am currently not using it.
God damn,
man.
Kendall, that
I
sneak
should.
attack.
I have a feeling.
6'5", 6'6". God.
Still could have done better, but still pretty damn good.
Oh my god,
All right.
people. Holy, the damage.
So, I'm not even going to bother. And so here's the funny part. Taylor technically killed it. Taylor, you get your 2 arrow shots off one after the other. They both sink into this thing, and it starts to almost like fall down. Like it's lost life at this point. It starts sagging as if it was going to fall down onto the ground, and then suddenly, as it gets hit from every direction, bombarded with magic and arrows and blasts of just energy, and what essentially is just now a defiled corpse. Moves in the wind a little bit from all of these strikes, and it stops moving, and it slinks down a little, and you watch as the flesh itself begins to evaporate off of its body, slowly collecting in a cloud in the air, this roiling purple-black just mass in the air. And you hear the loudest, almost like a groan from a stomach, and the entire chamber reverberates before this still massive cloud of energy rams through the door out to the west and flees from your sight.
Oh no, that's not good.
So
It ain't that.
Where'd it
you
go?
use the word kill in a metaphorical sense.
Wait, the goop sunk to the bottom, but this energy flew out, right?
The goop sunk to the bottom, and then the flesh evaporated from it. There is nothing left in this blood pool, as
Okay.
whatever essence was reanimating this bit of flesh, that flesh that is now gone, has now fled farther into what you can only assume farther into the lab.
Oh, that was fucking gross.
You then hear,
Yucky.
we're gonna go ahead, clear initiative. You then hear a sound coming from the crystals. Those of you by the doors, you hear from the crystals in the doors. Central pit experimentation chamber cleared, and the doors begin to lift. As another sound says, override, lockdown complete. As all doors in this chamber are now open.
Oh, we're free.
But you still hear a groaning noise coming from farther down the chamber.
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming we need to shake our ass and get down that way, right? Before this
Yeah.
thing gets in a new fucking meat suit and starts fucking us up.
I'm
Yeah.
half tempted. Yeah, I completely agree. I'm half tempted to suggest I can cast it. It's an expensive spell, but I can attempt to talk with one of the corpses in the previous room if we want to try and like find any more information about what we're dealing with. But if time is of the essence, I'm all for following along to chase this thing down.
I vote for getting a move on.
Sure.
Yeah,
I
same.
mean, we can always come back and get that.
Let's go.
Yeah.
I
Right.
will follow it.
You guys continue through the now open doorway into what appears to be a dark hallway leading smooth stone walls going down this way with what looks to be a couple feet in cart tracks for like a mine cart. You actually notice the cart tracks lead up to that blood pit that you guys were kind of, some of you were standing in and fighting in. But you continue to follow it down, the groaning noise getting louder and louder before you eventually enter into this large room almost cathedral-like in scope. There looks to be immediately behind you. You can see a platform with some stairs to get up there as well. The room is scattered around with various boxes and crates, mine carts, some knocked over, some of them currently mounted into the tracks that you guys had followed into this room. A couple of the crates in various corners look to be smashed open. You can see these bright green crystals emitting light from them, and a couple of them almost seem to pulse vaguely with light, like a heartbeat. In the western half of the room, though, you can see what look to be 6 weird, about 6 foot tall glass vats with this green liquid inside of it. In each corner of the room, on the western side, there are these 2 larger green crystals, about 12 feet tall in size, wrapped around in metal coils. And the central part of the western half of this room is a massive green glass vat with some kind of roiling being inside of the vat itself that you can see. And as you can see the room, you watch there's this central spot right here where various cables and what look to be like lines, some kind of like connection lines, hoses maybe, leading from these vats and these pylons straight to what looks to be a wooden, almost like a surgery table. And right above that surgery table is where this roiling cloud of purple-black energy is. And it starts drawing you like your vision does that kind of fade a little bit, like hyper focusing in, looking at it a little bit. And then you start blinking a little bit and you can see the cloud starting to take shape and growing. Fleshy appendages, mass, more muscle.
A couple more shots.
This thing was ready for you, so there's not going to be a surprise round for it.
Okay, was worth a shot.
But the cloud itself begins to expand in size as it grows. Once again, multiple eyes, mouths, and tentacles.
No.
Ugh.
And they all kind of look at you, and you look at it. You start feeling this. It's almost a wave of nausea immediately. Like you feel sick to your stomach, but then you start realizing you're only kind of sick to your stomach because your stomach feels empty, and it just feels wrong. And you all feel hungry. This overpowering sense of hunger. And I need everybody to please select your tokens and roll initiative for me.
Why am I so hungry right now?
God, my initiative rolls.
I rolled a 20 each time. I still don't know why it will not read my toggle.
I don't think I accidentally had disadvantage toggled for when I rolled initiative before too. So maybe it just doesn't allow advantage or disadvantage on your initiative.
I don't know. It's weird.
Somehow I ended up rolling the same thing for, like, my first initiative didn't go to the tracker, and then I rolled the exact same thing on the reroll.
Well done.
To the tracker, so it's good to know. It is fated to go last, apparently. Okay, slightly different initiative order this time around, it looks like. Actually, yeah, vastly different. Okay. Starting the round, we have, once again, Drost.
Oh man, I'm reluctant to blow another high-level spell slot. So before we fully get into it, I would have suggested on our way down here, however long it would have taken, hey, can we get like non-magical weapons to some of the people for options? Or I don't have anything to work with, but just in case we get that same problem.
I'm just kind of down with like being less effective. I'm not really going toe to toe with this thing.
Sure, yeah, I'm just saying like Tez is our main damage dealer, and sure, that mace kicks ass, but maybe a non-magic mace might kick more ass against this particular thing.
I have a sling.
And
I'll pick up some rocks.
Just fucking bite him.
Scimitar,
Don't your
Bite?
claws
No
and your
shit.
teeth do damage?
and I can bonk people with my staff.
yeah, okay. This has got to be close to the end, so I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna bless us all with, and hope that I don't need another 4th level spell slot, because that's all I got.
Okay. You are all once again augmented. And that is now up. Okay, now you have a little bit, the map is a little bit different this time around. Any movement, anything like that?
Is there anywhere where I would have any semblance of cover, like to be able to get like behind like this pile? There's a pile of debris. Or,
Yeah, there's various crates and mining carts all over the place. You can take cover behind them if you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna pop behind these mining carts here and crouch down to sort of cover myself as much as possible.
Okay.
I'm gonna mark them. Concentrate. That's all I got for now.
All right, and that is it for you. Tyler, it is your turn.
This thing's fucking gigantic.
It's fucking humongous.
Yep.
I'm running up to here. And then I'm just be like, I hope this works this time, and I'm gonna try to cast Fairy Fire again, and I'm gonna keep it at 3rd level.
Okay. Once again, you watch as the sparkles of Fey magic land on its being, and then fade out. And you can hear that this time, this thing has a little more corporeal form. It laughs. Almost like a chortle, really, but every single one of these mouths that is making this groaning noise normally begins to laugh at that.
Yeah.
As it uses its reaction to cancel.
Thanks, Tyler.
Great. And then I'm gonna heal myself for 2d6, and then that's it.
Okay, don't forget you get 10 HP for doing that as well.
Yeah, okay.
All right, that brings us... Oh, any movement, by the way.
Moved.
Oh, you did.
She moved
Cool.
up. Does that afford
Sorry.
I'm
cover?
trying to hide behind those crates.
Yeah. So right now, Drost and her both have 3/4 cover. These kind of sets of debris in the carts, they're fairly big in size. You guys can take cover effectively behind them.
Oh, good.
Tez. But before Tez goes, at initiative count 20, the 2 pylons in the back corner, you watch as they begin to whir up with energy, and you hear this whoop, 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 whoop. And I need everybody to roll a Constitution saving throw for me, please.
Oh, we're blessed again, aren't we?
Yeah, don't forget.
You
the
are
D4.
blessed, so don't forget your D4.
All right, so 21 for me.
Fuck.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, Kendall, that is a 9 for you. That's a fail. Tez, that's a success. Taylor, that is a fail. Tyler, actually, what is my DC? Yeah, that's a fail. Finn, that's a fail.
Jeez, guys.
And Kisa, that is a success. Actually, Tyler, that is a success. My bad. I was looking at the wrong effect. It's a DC 13. Okay.
Cool.
Anybody who failed is going to take 3d6, so 9 radiant damage, as these crystals emit this blinding, sickening lightning that flies across the room and fills the entire chamber with this kind of like almost... Yeah, it's the best way to describe it is just this sickening radiant effect. The purity of this light somehow corrupted enough to literally make anyone it touches feel sick. All right, but that was initiative count 20. Tez, it is your turn.
All right, so as the crow flies, Corey, I can, if I use my action to dash on top of my regular movement, I could get to it. However, I'd have to go through that debris. Even with a check, is that possible?
Yeah, pretty easily. So these are just crates. They're not like
okay.
They're effective use of cover right now. They can probably be destroyed eventually.
Okay.
But it's also not too hard. You're fairly athletic.
Okay.
It's not too hard for you to just leap up a couple of feet for these crates and get over them.
Okay, first thing I'm going to do is I'm getting a little exhausted, but I have one last rage left, so I'm going to rage before I run.
Okay, give me your D8, please.
That's a 4.
4. Magic infuses one weapon of your choice that you are holding. Until your rage ends, the weapon's damage type changes to force, and it gains the light and thrown properties with a normal range of 20 feet and a long range of 60. If the weapon leaves your hand, it reappears in your hand at the end of your turn.
Oh my god.
Fuck yes.
Nice.
All right.
Oh, that just changed your whole plan. That's amazing.
Yeah, that just changed. I imagine that just changes things.
I'm going to run up close, but not as close as I was before. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. That's the movement I've got. So I'm going to get to there.
Give me a quick athletics check.
Oh, I can do that.
This is just to make sure you don't botch.
Uh-huh.
11. Yeah, it's not super graceful, but at this, like, you knock over one of the crates that Tyler's hiding behind, but it's not too bad. You're able to get over it.
All right, and I mean, I still think that my fighting lion at its weakest is going to be stronger than me using like a fucking javelin. So I'm gonna go with the fighting lion.
Okay, it is now light and thrown. So
and a normal range of 20, long range of 60.
So yeah, it'll be a disadvantage, but keep in mind, you can do it recklessly and can't make that a straight roll.
I will. I'm recklessly doing this.
All right.
I'm
Go
throwing
ahead.
this motherfucker like Thor. Oh, yes.
29, that's gonna hit. Roll your damage, sir.
And that would be, what kind of damage is it? 8. Thunder damage.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
So 23 total, but 5 points of thunder.
So,
or is it force based on your rage effect?
Oh, fuck yeah, it is force.
I'm gonna say the weapon. Okay, so the effect that causes the thunder damage is a separate magical effect. I'm gonna roll that is a entirely different thing. If that doesn't get converted, that 16 bludgeoning does get converted to force though.
Okay.
Yeah.
So first we're gonna do the force damage. So. Okay, so that's.
I tell if it's taking that full.
You watch as the fighting, your massive maul goes flying end over end, just like any other warhammer or light hammer that you might throw in a competition. It slams into this massive. It is a literal mass. This is a creature class huge, just fleshy abomination. It impacts and almost seems to bounce off of one of the muscles, and you watch as the initial impact from the hammer reverberates a little, but it doesn't do a whole lot. And then it crashes with thunder energy that shakes the entire being.
That hurt pretty badly.
You get the sense it still has some kind of resistance to sources to damage from magical sources, but thunder damage is a vulnerability.
Got it. Oh fuck! Do I have another attack?
With a thrown weapon, you have another attack. You don't have your weapon in your hand at the moment, though.
Oh, it should.
Doesn't it return?
If the weapon
it reappears
your turn.
at the end of your turn.
Fuck, you're right.
Yeah.
Okay, so that'll be the yucky part about this. Yeah, that makes sense.
Chuck a javelin.
Well, at least you could. Yeah.
I will.
You do have javelins.
Damn right I do.
What's the normal range on a javelin?
Pretty fucking not great. 30 feet or 120 at disadvantage.
Okay, so you can do it at disadvantage or cancel it with a reckless. Which
I'm reckless.
You've already reckless once this turn, so it counts for all of them anyway. So,
okay. Chunk.
19. That's gonna hit.
Damn.
Kevin, roll damage.
Fucking bless is nice. I don't believe in gods, but this is nice. Okay. 8
all right,
points.
8 points of damage, and that javelin isn't magical, so
no, it's stuck.
It takes the there's now just a javelin sticking out of one of the eyes, and this thing screeches in pain.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, by the way, I need you.
That's all right.
I need you to make me a 2 wisdom saving throws, please.
2? I'm not
2.
very wise.
Give me stagger them a little bit. Give me the first one.
Okay. 8. All right. Next one.
Okay.
Maybe
as both of your no, you're fine. The first one keeps the effect on you, so you didn't actually need the second one. As your blows land on this thing, you look at it and you almost end up making eye contact with one of the eyes, and you just feel that little bit of hunger in your stomach get a little deeper.
Oh.
And deeper.
I'm really hungry.
And you're almost ravenous, really. You've already used your movement this turn, but next turn you have to use your movement to walk towards this thing.
Oh, okay. It looks good. All right.
Oh.
There's just something about this thing that you don't want to eat it, but you think it could satisfy that hole in you.
Okay.
You think this thing could fill your hunger.
All right. I think so.
Great.
Finn, it's your turn.
All right. Well, I will run up to the edge of these crates, and fire Eldritch Blasts at it.
Okay, go ahead and roll your attacks. Both of those are going to hit. Roll damage.
Nice.
All right. Yeah, once again, the blast... Oh, that's way too much. There we go. Other way. The 2 blasts slam into it, and once again, the effect seems a little muted from what you're used to seeing when hitting targets.
Okay.
It's taking damage.
And then for my bonus action, I'll activate that little belt thing that I always forget to activate. So its first attack against me is at disadvantage.
Okay. Which is a good thing, because at the end of your turn, it's going to use a legendary action and going to make 1 eye ray attack at you and another at... It's going to make a second one at Tez.
Oh. And I don't know, I have what, half cover?
Yeah, you have half cover at that spot.
Okay.
Since you were just taking over.
That's what, +2?
I think so.
Yeah, it's +2 and +4, I think.
Okay. I'm a 19 to hit.
And it's at disadvantage against you. So we're going to do 10. It's just going to pick one, which is going to be... Yeah, screw it. It's going to be a cold ray at you. 20. Or I'm guessing a 12 is not going to hit, though, since you're at 19 now. You can almost feel the blast of frigid air as the eye ray tries to hone in on you, and the eye ray hits the ray itself, slams into one of the boxes ahead of you, freezing it solid.
Oh shit!
And the second one is at Tez. A searing blast of radiant energy comes flying at you, Tez. These are at advantage because you reckless.
That is true.
I'm guessing a 23 is going to hit.
That'll do it.
That is 10 points of radiant damage to you.
Okay. Yuck. Ouch.
All right, and that is it for that legendary action. Taylor, it is your turn.
All right, I'm just going to move up to behind the cover and take my shots.
Okay. Go ahead and make your attacks. That is a hit. And that is also a hit. So that is 25 points all day. As 2 arrows sink into some of the eyes, putting them out permanently as this thing, still making this awful groaning noise. One of the mouths begins screeching out, yelling, "No!"
And can I duck down to get even more behind the cover?
Yeah, if you want to duck down and get full cover, you can.
I am absolutely ducking down for full cover.
Okay. At the end of your turn, though, right before Kendall goes, it's not going to do anything because I forgot that the Eldritch Eye is 2 legendary actions, so never mind. Kendall, Garuk, it is your turn.
All right. I'm going to stealth and this pile of boxes. Hopefully.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a stealth check as a bonus action. Okay. You gather that it's not focusing on you at the moment.
Okay.
Seems to be very focused on the group hiding behind all the boxes in the center, and Tez, who is literally just staring at it, almost a little dumbfounded look in his eye, as he's just starting to walk towards it.
I want a cheeseburger.
All right.
Funny enough, that was my dinner.
So with that being said, do I get sneak attack with it too?
You do get sneak attack on this.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll your shot.
All right.
Also, your shot's at advantage because it doesn't know where you are at the moment.
Oh.
So roll again. Yeah, 25 is going to hit. Go ahead and roll damage with sneak attack applied. 26 points of damage.
That's a weak sneak attack. Need at least 20.
Weak attack.
Fuck, what was that last one? 20, like 23? Jeez.
23.
Yeah,
he was
he was
max.
one shy max.
Can you imagine that critting? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, almost 50 points of damage in one attack.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Yeah, your one well-placed arrow lands into one of the eyes. It didn't enjoy that. It has an idea of where you are now, though.
Oh, okay.
All right, and that is your go. That brings us to the hunger. It is going to make some attacks at some people as 4 more appendages with eyes at the end of them pull farther away from the body, higher up to get a good vantage point, and just looks down at the group. It's going to target 1 at Finn, 1 at... It's already hit Tez, so it's not too worried about him. 1 at Garuk, 1 at Finn, 1 at Tyler, and 1 at Taylor.
I have that full cover,
So, just so I can do it in my head, Finn, Garuk, Taylor, Tyler. We're going to do the D10s first. All right. Finn, it's going to try and hit you with the cold ray again. Is it still at disadvantage?
It's shit. I don't.
It didn't hit you with the last attack, so I don't know if that causes. I can't remember if the effect goes away.
I'll have to say no to be safe, but let me read real quick and see. Maybe on the next round.
Okay. So disadvantage.
So I am still at 19 to hit, though.
That is a 19 exact. 4
Then
points
yes.
cold damage to you.
Fuck,
To
that
Garuk.
hurts.
Also going to be a cold ray at Garuk. Garuk has... You have a +2 to your AC because you were kind of ducked, like, oh, you have some cover where you're at.
Yeah.
That is going to be a 24 against you. I'm assuming that's going to hit.
Oh yeah.
2 points of cold damage to you. Jesus, my rolls. I need to start being mean with this thing. Taylor, that is going to be a radiant eye at you as a searing bolt of light comes flying your way.
Holy shit, that's 2d10?
Yeah, you're rolling dog shit.
Oh,
Yeah,
That's not a good.
That's a miss.
2d10 is not cool.
And against Tyler, it is a 2. For watching the eye rays, so 2 of them were cold. 1 was the searing blast of radiant energy, and the last one is all red as it fires a bolt of fire at Tyler.
oh,
that's going to hit. even
yeah,
with
that
full
hits. Yeah. Okay.
10 points of fire damage to you. And that is it for that. Drost, back up to you.
Yeah, it is. I shout out to Tez. Oh, geez, do I want him to get? Oh, I would have no clue what he's. I would shout out to Tez. Do you want to? Do you need a ride, or can you make it? Can you make it where you want to go?
I'm going to him. I'm hungry.
Oh, that reminds me. Hold on. Kendall.
Oh, you probably need some saving throws, huh?
Yeah, I do. I made this whole mechanic and I can't remember it. Kendall, make me a saving throw real quick. Finn, you need to make me 2. And Taylor, you need to make me 2 as well. Wisdom saves, please.
Wisdom?
Yep. Okay, Finn, both are successes on you. Kendall, that's a failure.
Roll that D4 though.
Roll that D4. You could make sure. Hold on. Even with the D4, he's not going to make it.
Oh.
It is it is just shy of that. It's a 15. So, Kendall, you feel after you land that arrow shot into one of the eyes, you feel pretty proud of yourself. And you stare at one of the eye that you just shot, and it looks right back at you. And you feel hungry. Your next turn, you have to move directly towards it.
Oh, you're hungry too.
Taylor, you landed 2 arrow shots as well.
I need to make a save.
Yes, 2 saves, please. Finn, you feel the same effect as you land your Eldritch Blast on it. Like this, your stomach gets hungry a little bit. And Taylor as well. Both of you, you feel the urge to be like that you want. It's just hunger. Your stomach feels empty. You have to fill it with something, but you manage to shake it off. You don't feel the urge to walk towards it, neither of you.
Need to get some restoration soup for these guys.
Yeah, really. Drost, sorry about that. That is now your turn.
No worries. I'm still not sure what I want to do because I don't want to hit it, and it's too big for me to lock down. I want to try. I don't want to waste that spell slot. Is there any way for me to tell? So the dispel magic. I would have at least used it occasionally before this. Would I be able to tell if what this thing is doing is like one of the effects that I'm able to dispel? I completely understand if that's a hard no.
You get the sense that this is more akin to counterspell. Yeah, with how some of the spell casting in this fight has worked and in the previous fight, you would have noticed every time it's done it, there is one particular eye that is almost generated as the spell is cast and then blocks out that spell. It has a automatic reaction for counterspell.
Gotcha. Oh, cool. Great. So, not gonna be a dispel magic. Oh God, guys,
What you doing, Drost?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna try. I'll hit it with Atasha's Mind Whip. That is a wisdom or intelligence save. I can't remember.
I'm gonna say this just because you did witness it in the last fight, and you get the sense that a lot of that has carried over into this one. This thing was immune to psychic damage. So if you, I will remind you of that. If you want to continue with it for the effect of not being able to take a reaction, I will let that. I just want to remind you.
The damage was less of a concern than the effect. So yeah, I would still carry through with that because my
That is a wisdom save then against a spell.
Oh fuck. Yep.
You watch as you lance out with this whip of psychic pink purple energy right towards it, and it counters with a whip of its own. This one a fleshy appendage though, and it smacks your magic out of the air.
Okay. Yep. That's it for me. I'm gonna try and hunker down behind this crate as much as I can.
Okay. At the end of your turn, it's going to use 2 legendary actions to do Starving Inhale.
Oh.
I need everyone. You guys can feel the air pressure in this room change as all of the mouths collectively open up and begin inhaling, even through cover. I need everybody but Drost, who's at the range for it, to make a strength saving throw, please.
Oh.
I should get advantage since I'm raging, right?
You are raging, so you get advantage.
Oh.
Nice. Look at those.
All right, Tez, you save. Taylor, you save. Tyler, you definitely save. Finn and Kendall, you both are pulled through the cover that you're hiding behind 15 feet. And because there was a bunch of objects in your way, you're going to take 1 point of bludgeoning damage as you kind of get smacked around in the boxes.
Oof.
Ouch.
And that is that legendary action. Tyler, it's your turn.
I'm gonna Misty Step over to Tez.
Oh.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds
Nice.
as a 2nd level.
I have a feeling I might need that here shortly.
12 points of healing to you, Tez.
Yeah.
Nice, thank you.
And then I'm gonna put 3d6 on top of that. And also you gain 3 temp hit points.
Oh, hell yeah.
Roll your d6s. So in a round, Tez, you get 20 points of healing total between the spell and her Balm of the Summer Fae Court, as well as 3 temp HP. So you're feeling fairly restored, but
I feel wonderful.
But you still feel hungry.
I'm still hungry.
I mean, we'll get you a burger or something later, dude. But right now, fuck shit up, please. And she's gonna run back to hiding.
I point at that big thing.
It has a burger. I'll go get it now.
You should, because now at initiative count 20.
You shouldn't do that.
All right. I apparently have no free agency here, so do I just... I can get all the way to it with my movement.
It's initiative count 20 first. And
oh, yes.
You guys watch as the crystals in the pylons light up for half a second before this glass vat up here, the very top left one, slowly begins to glow even brighter and brighter and brighter. And then it's almost like the liquid level in it begins to drain. And a couple of the puncture wounds in the hunger begins to heal.
Oh, no.
No.
That is...
It just doesn't even feel like we've done damage to it.
I know. Do we got to break these vats to prevent some healing before?
100%. We'll see what I'm allowed to do here.
You watch as several of the
of
punctured
healing.
eyes begin to fully heal. Some of the wounds and damage it's taken just begins to restore. And that vat is now completely empty and no longer glowing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Drost, actually Drost and Finn, you're both close enough that you would notice it. As those pylons lit up, these crystals over here to your northwest, they lit up at the same time as well, almost seeming to be in sync with whatever magical energy is in those pylons.
So the crystals and the pylons lit up at the same time?
Correct.
The same time as it drained into the monster?
The crystal effect, or the crystal in the pylons in the corner, lit up at the same time as the one crystals by you before going dim, and then the vat lit up. Almost like that pylon charged up the vat to be used.
And when you say vat, you're talking about these six, or the 6 of these, right? Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, the one up in the top left is currently no longer filled with liquid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
as it has been used. So, but those crystals, just pointing them out that they lit up like that and seem to resonate with energy. But now, Tez, it is your turn. You have to move towards this.
Do I have to do that right off the bat?
You do.
Okay. I'm running.
You full on sprint and use your full movement to get right up by it.
Yeah. Okay. Is that it?
Dash away, dash away, dash away off.
Anything else?
You're right next to it. You're right where you want her to be.
All
And you're
right.
hoping that being near it will eventually fill that pit of hunger in your stomach.
Okay.
But you
I'm
still have your action. You did not have to dash to get here, so you have your action.
All right.
The cheeseburgers are real deep down inside of it, Tez.
I'll cut it open.
Do I see my spear?
The javelin's been forced out by the healing. In fact, it's laying on the ground.
Okay. Can I grab it without using an action or anything, or
It's a free. Yeah, it's a free action to pick it up.
All right. Well, I'm grabbing my spear. So
Okay.
got my
you have
spear
your
back,
spear.
and I'm going to attack.
All right.
But you know what? Fuck this shit. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna attack with the javelin.
Okay. You're going to attack with the javelin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess. Just to see what happens.
Both of those are hits as you stab into it. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay. Not bad.
21 points of damage is
21?
nothing to shake a stick at. So
Nice.
yeah, you carve a couple extra holes in it.
Oh, I didn't
And
use my.
They don't seem to be healing up as quickly as they did earlier. So
good.
you're leaving some gashes in it at the moment.
All right. So what the hell did I do here? I use my movement. I use my action. I got my bonus action. I don't think I can fucking do anything.
Nope.
Yep. Tez
He's gonna stand right here for now. Because he can't go anywhere else.
All right. At the end of your turn, it's going to use its last legendary action. Yeah, because it hasn't noticed a whole lot of heavy spell casting going on this fight. It's going to use its last legendary action. One of the mouths in the center of this mass opens wider and wider and wider, and this massive tongue, the same size as you, comes flying out at full speed.
Okay.
You did not do reckless, so
No,
does a 15 hit?
it does not.
You see the tongue and you're just like, nope, I'm
17.
just fast enough, and you drop, and it swings over you, and you can feel if this thing had hit you, it would not have been great. It sound like just from the wind pressure alone, and the smell it leaves as it passes through the air, it hits hard and it hits nasty.
Yucky.
All right.
But
That was a close one.
you got your strikes in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
All right.
All good.
Finn, it's your turn.
All right, well, I'm tired of shooting at this fucking thing because it doesn't do any goddamn good. But I'm gonna shoot an Eldritch Blast at the tank up here. That's
Okay.
not the one that blew up already, right?
No, the top left one is the one that's already been emptied out,
Yeah.
so you're shooting at top right.
Yep.
Gotcha. Go ahead and make your attacks.
Did I miss it? Were there 1 or 2 tanks that were emptied?
One tank,
What?
just the top
Just
left.
one. All right.
Does a 21 hit?
21 definitely hits.
14 damage. Did it do anything?
Yeah, you watch as the glass on it splinters, does not fully break though.
Well, then I'll shoot my second one at it.
Okay. 25 definitely hits.
Okay. 11 damage.
With a second blast, the glass itself completely shatters, emptying out this sickening gray liquid. Real quick, need to do a measure.
Ooh.
Okay, he's safe.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
but
so there's a pool.
more importantly, as the glass shatters and the liquid leaves it, the room shakes and this thing recoils in on itself. Finn, if you would like to go ahead and roll me 3d10, please.
Okay.
All right. As that vat breaks, this thing recoils in and begins to quiver and buckle, almost like it just got hit by something. As it takes more damage than expected from that.
You got a plan.
Shoot the tanks, and then I'm gonna jump back behind these crates.
All right.
Even though it didn't
Taylor.
do that's good.
Taylor, it is your turn.
Did I hear shoot the tanks?
He said it
I
out
yelled
loud.
it real fucking loud.
I shoot the tanks.
Try to hit the next one. We think that might heal the thing. I don't know which one that'll be, but
I'll aim for the one up the top that's still there.
Okay, go ahead and roll your attacks. Definitely hits. Okay, 2 arrows sink into this thing, and there's now 2 steady streams of liquid coming out of the tank. The glass still holds firm though.
Damn it. And then
You also notice that those arrows didn't cause as much glass fracturing as Finn's blast did. Like the glass was a little too reinforced against mundane strikes.
Okay, I'll keep my strikes on him for now and save the canisters
Just
for you
shoot
guys.
all those. Shoot all the fucking fireballs. That'll blow up goddamn tank.
Actually,
Yeah, is that an AoE? You could hit the ones in the south.
can I activate
Maybe
that
all of them.
Can I activate the bowstring to do more damage?
You know what? Yeah, I'll say you can. You want to use it for both attacks, or?
Yeah, it's fully charged, so I can use 2 attacks on it.
Go ahead and roll.
Rolls.
I believe bowstring of blasting was 2d6 per thing. Let me make sure of that. I have it written somewhere. I know. Range attacks.
+1 to attack damage, attack and damage. And you gain
6 charges on the
of
bowstring. You
string.
can expend it to deal 2d6 fire damage and 1d6 force.
Okay, so basically 3d6 and an increased 1 to my damage.
Go ahead and roll 3d6 for me, just for the first one. We're gonna say you used 1 charge right now, because you might not need to use a second one. Okay, you do need to use a second one.
Of course I do. It's me.
You had the potential. It would, yeah.
No,
this
I
wasn't quite
don't.
there.
I never do.
15. With that though, as the 2 arrows sink in, and Taylor, you have that moment of just wait for it, and both of the arrows explode in energy, and that tank is completely gone. Go ahead and roll me 3d10, please.
3d10.
Jesus.
Wow.
Damn.
Wow. Those are the rolls that needed to be big. That's huge.
With a ear-shattering cry, this thing recoils in on itself even more. Additionally, I almost forgot about this. Tez, I need you to make me 2 wisdom saving throws, please.
No.
Oh no.
But yeah, that'll be my turn. I'm
You're
gonna
already
duck
hungry.
back down under full cover again.
Okay. Yeah, you're back down in cover again. Tez, you almost feel like that hunger lessen after hitting it. Like,
Okay.
oh no, I feel all right. And then the hunger comes back even stronger this time.
Oh,
Your
no.
Your next turn, you cannot move away from this thing.
Fuck.
What are you gonna do anyway? You can't get up close to it.
I might be able to help you out there, Tez, at least to get you out.
Well,
You gotta shake off that hunger, though.
I have some ideas.
All right. Garuk, it is your turn. You feel hungry. You need to move your entire full movement.
Yeah.
And if there's still space left, you have to use either a bonus action or an action to dash to it.
Oh, shit.
Tez didn't have to because he got right up on it with just his normal move.
Yeah.
You are not, though. You have to be right next to this thing. It's the only way to satisfy that hunger.
Oh, hi, Garuk.
Oh,
What's up?
that's a bummer.
Hungry too?
So hungry.
Yeah.
This
Alright.
thing has food.
Hopefully inside of it.
Yes.
Alright. I'm gonna use my short sword.
Okay, you pull your short sword out. Go ahead and make your strike. That is, in fact, a hit. Go ahead and roll damage. You cut away one of the fleshy appendages as it. You feel, you're being like drawn towards this thing, but you're still in just enough control. You're like, no, I don't like this, and you cut one of them off, and one of the eyes, about eye level, just looks directly at you. Roll me another Wisdom saving throw, please. That eye is just entrancing. This thing can feel that hunger. Your next turn, you cannot move away from this thing. And that brings us to the hunger's turn.
Oh.
It is going to. Let's see here. With a bonus action, it's going to make an Arcana check. You watch as one of the fleshy eyes up near the top of it kind of looks around, and there's this kind of wave of blue energy looking around at you guys, almost like the scanning eyes back in the security chamber that you guys had to pass through. Okay. And yeah. Drost, you feel with a bonus action, it uses that specific eye emits a blast of light, and your augment spell goes away.
Oh,
Goodbye.
That one you do recognize. That was a dispel.
Oh. The gods are no help again.
Can I use I would like to use my reaction to force it to reroll. I'm gonna use silvery barbs on that.
This was not a skill. Oh, you want to do it for the Arcana check?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
that Arcana check was to determine the source of that spell. It can see that you guys have some kind of weird magical effect on you guys.
Okay.
So it was trying to figure out the source.
Sure,
that was not for the dispel itself.
Well, I thought, okay, yeah, I guess I thought that was for the like having to, but no, the spell. It's a high. Well, I cast it at 4th level.
You did cast it at 4th level. This thing, you can sense the power. If you were to level how much power this thing did with its dispel, you'd say it was about 5th.
Oh, fun. I'm gonna try. We'll see. I'll still
you might be able to obscure where if it saw the source. So
right. Not that I would have a
is gonna
idea of
22.
Of course.
It still sees you do it.
All right. Well, regardless, I still get to give someone advantage.
You do.
I am going to give. I'm going to give Tyler, or Jesus, the hunter.
Taylor.
Taylor.
Okay, I'm going to give Taylor advantage. On their next attack, and hopefully we can get these vials. Okay, so yeah, take bless off. That's gonna fuck with us. Or augment, I should say.
Right. And that was its bonus action. As an action, it sees that some of you guys are targeting the tanks. So Taylor ducked back into full cover, but it's going to shoot a ray at the spellcaster it just deprived of a spell. One at Finn, one at Tyler, and it's going to also do a tongue lash at Tez again.
Also back with full cover, if possible.
Did you go into full cover?
I mean, whatever cover I could get behind the crates. I mean, I wouldn't see a need to look at it. So, I mean, if there's full cover available, I would duck all the way down.
It's been blasting at you guys there in the center for a little bit. I'm gonna say nobody has full cover in this instance.
Okay, that's fine.
Like you guys all have 3 cover. It's blown apart a couple of crates at this point. You guys have 3/4 cover, but not full in that position is no longer attainable.
Works for me.
So
3/4 is 4, right?
Yes. Or 5. It's 3. It's 4 or 5. I can't remember. Plus 5 bonus to AC.
Oh shit! Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. Okay, so I had said it was Drost, Finn, and Tyler because it had seen you guys do magic earlier, and then lash at Tez. So
and disadvantage against me, and just heads up.
Yep. And once again, it keeps rolling cold eye on you. Oh wait, no, sorry, that was Drost. Drost had rolled because I was doing them in alphabetical order. So Drost, you get a cold eye at you. Does 22 hit with 3/4 cover?
3/4 cover is plus 5.
Yes.
No, it does not. I have I have 18 resting.
You can feel the metal and wood of the minecart that you're hiding behind get frozen completely solid and parts of it break off. It's now half cover after that attack, but it did save you from at least 1 strike. At Finn, a red bolt of fiery energy comes flying at you.
Oh, thank God for
18 misses.
It's a good thing that you still have that blur effect.
Turned a crit into a miss. Oh God!
Nice.
4d10 on a fire ray would have been great.
Yeah.
For record, that's a 17th. That's a 17th wizard cantrip. 17th level wizard cantrip that would have hit you.
Fuck.
And Tyler, that is 1, 2, 3,
Fucking
5.
kidding me? That's what we're up against.
This blackish. Well, that would have been with a crit. These are all the normal.
Oh, okay. I was just gonna.
Yeah, no, you guys are not fighting a 17. No, I'm not that mean. This ray of black and green energy comes flying at you, though, Tyler. And I'm guessing a 12 with 3/4 cover does not even come close to hitting.
No.
But the cover does break down a little bit. It's not nearly as good as it used to be.
All right.
So you and Finn are both in half cover as well.
Okay.
Taylor, you still have 3/4 cover because that one section where you're at hasn't been shot at recently. So still good on that front. And then finally a tongue lash at Tez because it didn't like getting stabbed earlier. You did not do reckless, so God, but my rolls.
It's a miss.
Yeah, once again, you feel Garuk has enough sense to immediately kind of just lean back enough that this thing whiffs past her, coming right for you. You see it coming again, and you dodge.
Good move, Garuk.
And that is going to be it for the hunger. Drost, it is your turn.
I'm going to teleport Garuk the fuck out of there. So I'm gonna use Vortex Warp.
Now,
and
Vortex Warp, does it specify it has to be a willing creature or they have to make a save against it?
Oh, for fuck's sake. Yeah, it does. It says you can choose to
Karuk is not a willing creature in this moment.
I believe.
That's a good point.
Karuk is not a willing creature. Karuk wants to be next to this thing. It's hungry. She's hungry. She can feel the sense of hunger being satisfied next to this thing.
Well, roll that con save, Garuk, because I would have no way of knowing that does. Oh,
it, beats it.
Hold on. It's a DC 17. I don't know why it might not. The spell description might not take into account the item bonus.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, your item bonus is 17.
So yeah, my DC is 17.
All right.
Ooh. Oh, okay.
Garuk, you can feel as something yanks you away from that hunger, and you have to be next to it again.
I guess I didn't account for
her.
I didn't account for that. I was hoping just getting away from. As far back as possible. So I can move them from anywhere within range to anywhere within range. So I'm moving her back. So geez, just barely in range. As far back here as she can go. So wherever that is.
That would be, back up on the upper platform up here, like up there.
And I am going to move myself to behind the next best source of cover.
You're up there, by the way, Garuk. That is where he moved you.
Yeah, you disapparate and reapparate. So if that means I got to go to the next train car to be behind three-quarters cover, then that's, or wherever I can go to get that effect.
Okay. Yeah, it would be the next mine cart there. So you are able to get to that spot, and your cover is looking a little better.
I'll shout out to, stop attacking this thing for all you hungry people, if you can. I don't know if that's going to be effective or not. That's my turn.
Okay. Tyler, it is your turn.
I'm gonna look at the 3 tanks that we have left. And hang on one sec. Whoops. Yeah, I'm gonna cast Erupting Earth on, like, right there.
Yeah, one of the central spots. Go ahead and put Erupting Earth in the chat. So I need to see that radius, because this is gonna fuck with some stuff.
Sink them bitches.
It is a 20-foot cube. So, 1, 2.
Boy, it gets close. It touched the inside of the outside ones.
It's I'm gonna give it. It's there. Okay, it is a dexterity saving throw, DC 16. I know I have stats.
Stationary object.
Yeah, which that's an auto fail. 23 points of bludgeoning damage. These things, the earth itself erupts and cracks, and you can see jagged pieces of it jamming into the vats themselves, dealing a significant amount of damage to all 3 of them, but they are not fully broken yet.
Okay.
They are starting to leak out, but not fully there yet.
Alright, I'm just planning on keeping to fuck it up. Let's see, Is everyone looking okay on health?
I look great.
No, I look terrible.
I'm fucking hungry though.
If it looks terrible, I'm gonna give 2d6 to Finn.
I'm at 2/3, so I'm still good.
Finn, take 2 temp HP and whatever she rolls for healing.
Ooh, that's good.
Is that the what's the druid subclass that gets that?
Circle of Dreams.
Oh, nice. That's cool.
Yep, Balm of the Summer Court.
Yeah, I was just gonna say the Summer Court something or other. Remind me.
Yeah, there's that one, and then Celestial Warlocks. They get a feature very similar to that as well. Although that one doesn't give temp HP.
Yeah, that's a kick-ass heal right there too.
Well, that gets me back to half. So
yeah, I love this heal.
When Tyler switched to that subclass, that was like the best thing ever.
Right, that's a bonus action.
I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna be so good.
Right, that's a bonus action non-spell, so you can you can layer it with spell casting.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's insane. Yeah.
That's how I healed Tez for 20-some last time.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of your turn, all of the mouths once again open up and begin inhaling, pulling everyone close. And no one is behind full cover anymore, as cover's been partially destroyed. I need everybody but Drost. Drost is still at the end of that range. Everybody but Drost, make a strength saving throw for me, please.
Is way out there too, right?
Oh shit! I forgot to turn that thing off.
Oh yeah, and Garuk does not need to make one as well.
I forgot to.
So I'm just an 8. So
turned
I'll
mine
fucking
off.
fail again.
Oh, you know what? I
fail.
did too.
Tez, you do not need to because you're already up on this thing.
I'm already there, but I'm super strong.
You end up like it tries to pull you in. You almost think it looks like a beanbag, and then you're just like, no, that's a weird beanbag.
No.
But Taylor, Finn, and Tyler, you all get pulled through the crates, 15 feet, and you take.
I want to use my reaction to allow Tyler, the druid, right, to re-roll that.
This is the temporal shift.
Or chronal shift.
Chronal shift. Yeah. Okay.
Right. She was. Fuck.
13's not going to cut it, unfortunately.
I don't know why that's still on. I even deleted the global attack modifier.
Yeah,
I'll have to
check
take
it.
Oh, it's a saving. You gotta turn it off on your character sheet, I think.
I see it.
Gotcha.
All right. You were still pulled 15 feet, unfortunately, Tyler, and all three of you take a single point of bludgeoning damage as you come flying through some of the crates, stumbling. And that is the end for that legendary action at initiative count 20.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, let's see here. Oh, it doesn't charge. The pylon to the south begins to light up, charging up with energy once more. And all of you guys, Drost, you once again, and Finn, and Taylor, and you can see it now too, because you're not near, there's no cover in between you. Those crystals once again light up and seem to resonate with energy in the same way that the pylon down there is. Before that energy hits one of the vats, the bottom left vat, and begins to drain it. Now, Tyler did do a significant amount of damage, so it's been leaking, so it doesn't get the full heal, but it does get something.
All right, I'll take it.
Jesus. That's still a lot.
It's not 8d8, though.
I guess it's not bad.
As some of the puncture wounds on this thing begin to heal up. And some of the eyes begin to regrow. And that is that lair action's turn. Tez. You can't go anywhere. This thing's satisfying your hunger being near it.
Oh, I feel good.
You do feel good. You feel really good, buddy. You gotta stay here, though.
I do, but
I say, Duck, Garuk! And I turn and she's gone.
Oh, where did she go?
Okay. And I'm going to take my fucking Thor hammer, because I've still got a Thor hammer, and I'm going to toss it down reckless at the one straight south of me. And at reckless, it would be a normal hit with 60 feet. So I'm going to hope I fucking hit with it.
All right. Bottom right, straight roll. Go ahead and roll.
Yeah.
That's going to be a hit. Roll damage. Yeah,
Ooh.
more than enough. With a resounding glass-shattering crack, that vat completely, it basically disintegrates. The glass goes flying everywhere. Actually, I do need to check. That one's a little closer to you.
Oh no.
Just out of range, though.
All right.
Yeah, you watch as the liquid fully drains out of it, and this thing quivers. Please roll me 3d10.
Okay. 3d10. Oh shit!
Wow.
What the fuck?
Damn.
How does that happen?
You watch as this thing fully quivers and caves in. Multiple eyes just close. They don't pop or anything like that. They just close. Mouths simply seal up shut. It is not great. This thing is looking rough as hell after that blast of energy. Goddamn 3 10s.
Jesus.
That was perfect.
Oh no shit.
You know, I don't feel bad about this fight at all. I thought I was going to kill you guys, and this has gone not in my favor in the slightest. So
I've got one more attack. I'm gonna take my javelin, and I'm gonna go reckless on the middle one and see if I can hit.
all right.
Hell yeah.
Oh.
It hits the piece of metal instead of the glass and does not deal any damage.
Darn it. Okay.
That's it. I can't move, right? Still fucking hungry.
No, you're still hungry. In fact,
I'm
hit it,
hungry.
so, you're fine.
Despite all of this, I'm still hungry.
At the end of your turn, as the maul reappears in your hand, that hunger fades away a little bit.
Oh, okay.
So you do not feel the need to move closer to this thing or stay next to it.
All right. So my bonus action, just the hammer reappears in my hand.
Yep, it's back in your hand.
All right, that's it for me.
That is literally the best possible rage effect you could have gotten.
I want
That's
it every time.
Yeah.
It's
amazing.
fucking cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's awesome.
It's ridiculous.
For the
right.
mechanics of this, yeah, that's so cool.
Finn, you're up.
Well, I think I'll shoot it and shoot it.
Both of those are going to hit. Please roll me damage.
Oh, that's got to do it.
With a resounding, crashing noise, the glass of the final vat breaks. Please roll me 3d10.
30 more damage, no big deal.
Of course not.
Yikes.
Well, the other direction.
So, Finn, as that glass of the vat breaks, you watch as what's left of this thing, which is shriveled down in size a bit, in mass, just from the damage it's been taking, these thunderous emanations, as its very life force that it's hooked up to has been broken and drained out. It pulls in on itself, and you can hear in your head, as you landed the blow, "Fuck." I need you to roll me a charisma saving throw at disadvantage, please.
Well, at least we might have something. It's a good one.
Oh, get out of here.
Holy shit.
Hell yeah.
That's a fucking... that was going to go well.
Wow. Is it
Did I
enough?
make it?
With 1 off of the DC,
Oh, fuck.
Oh.
this thing shrieks in pain. First off, everybody but Finn, please make me a Constitution saving throw.
Ooh. Uh-oh, Garuk.
Groot did not have a good time this fight.
I've been bombing them shits all night too.
Okay, so Taylor and Roast, you're fine. You will take half damage on this. The rest of you, though, are going to take a full 34 points of poison damage. As you full on lose the contents of your stomach. 17 points to Taylor and Roast.
Half. Okay.
Yeah, half. The rest of you a full 34.
Holy fuck.
Oh.
Taylor.
Did that take anybody out?
First off, I should ask, did it take anybody out?
Wow.
Nope, I'm still fine.
Everybody's still awake.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Alright.
God.
Okay. Taylor, as you finish evacuating the contents of your stomach and you stand up, wiping your mouth, you look over. Finn is currently unconscious.
Oh shit.
As
Is
the
that Taylor or
flesh
Tyler?
monster.
Oh,
Taylor,
You.
the ranger,
Me.
see
Okay.
it.
Where is?
Is that glowing shit still here?
The glowing crystals are still present, and in
No,
fact,
the-
the crystal.
Sorry.
Oh, the roiling energy.
Yeah.
No.
What's that doing?
No. As the
Okay.
flesh evaporated, you saw no sign of it.
All right. So where is Finn?
Finn is here in the center of the map there.
Okay, so I wouldn't have seen him.
He said I'm
Are we out of
unconscious.
initiative?
You are
Are we out
currently
of
laying on the
initiative?
ground. We are out of initiative. There are no current
Okay.
threats here.
Okay.
So you guys are able to regroup. As Taylor, you see laying on the ground next to you, Finn, fully unconscious.
Did you
Use
see all
cure
that?
wounds.
Finn. Oh no.
Yeah.
Finn, please give me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Okay. Finn, you do come to consciousness. You do not get the benefits of the healing, though.
Oh.
And more importantly, like as you kind of come to, and your head kind of hurts because you did fall down, and you're a little sore all over, but you're not sure. Like you look around, you can see like the puke and stuff around from where people were throwing up. You're starving right now. Like you're just hungry.
This real gross shell buck do with like a fucking sandwich.
I was hungry too.
Why
Am
are
I
you
still
guys so
hungry?
hungry all of a sudden?
Are we all still hungry?
I'm assuming it's whatever that.
No,
weird, gross
Garuk
thing
and
was.
Tez, you feel the effect has faded away.
Oh god.
Finn, however, you just feel it. You're not drawn in any particular direction either. You're just hungry.
Fuck, this isn't probably good, guys. Like,
Don't eat anything. What do we do?
I mean, don't we
here?
like someone's got to have some food on them, right?
hey,
have
y'all,
some.
you guys still some of that stew left? Give me some
I
of that.
would-
That looks delicious.
Could we start with like some food? I'm all for giving it to him, but you just try some food, just in case.
I pull a like this dried piece of meat still stuck on the bone, probably from like a lamb I slaughtered out in the forest, and I pull it out.
There you go.
Tez,
Eat
Tez,
this.
don't you have some
What?
ghost
No.
milk on you?
Why can't I just have the stew?
Yeah, I
Oh,
mean, yeah,
weird goat meat.
yeah.
Tez
I'll
takes
give,
a bite. It's like jerky.
Okay.
I'll give him the stew.
Okay. You give him the stew. Finn, you feel this stew like hit the back of your throat and your tongue, and it tastes really good. And you process it, like it goes all the way down into your stomach, and after you swallow it, you can feel it as it hits your stomach, it just vanishes. And you're still really, really hungry.
Awesome. That didn't work.
You do not get any of the benefits of a long rest as the restoration stew would normally give.
Huh.
Sweet.
Oh, no. Hooray. What do we do?
I don't know. Is there anything worth
I
fucking
want to go
stealing
look
in
at
this
one of
room?
those crystals.
I
No, what
mean,
did you say?
yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm
No, I
also
was
gonna
just
make
saying,
my
yeah,
way to
check the
the
room.
front. I'm gonna make my way to this big fucker up here. See what's in it.
Yeah, I mean, if Finn's okay for the moment, I'm checking all these crystals and how all of this shit works and what's left of any information.
Right. Okay. So, first off, Tez, you're over at the big vat. Looking inside of it, there is still that green liquid that had kind of drained out from all the other vats around the ground. Still completely filled. the like roiling, like there had been when you guys initially entered this kind of pink something. The glass and the liquid itself is just opaque enough that you couldn't quite make out what it was, just that there was something in there. There is nothing in there now. It is just the green liquid glowing brightly.
Okay. Well, that's empty. Who put this shit in here?
Finn, roll me, or not Finn, Tez, roll me an intelligence check.
Okay. I'm super smart.
We're gonna see if Tez can put.
Do.
You were saying?
Yeah, no. It's gone. It's gone, buddy. Whatever was in there, it's hightailed it.
This place is empty. I'm hungry too. Just regularly.
Tyler and Drost, you guys are going and checking out the crystals. What are you guys doing exactly?
I want to know if I know if this grows naturally or what it could be.
So the crystals themselves, you can see. First off, I need to ask: are you touching one?
Yeah.
Okay, roll me a d8, please. 4. As you pick it up, you feel this flash of energy into your arm. You kind of look over the crystal itself, and these are definitely man-made, like manufactured crystals that seem to kind of pulse with a little bit of energy. Although now that you've touched this one, it seems to not be pulsing with energy. However, you do feel your spellcasting augmented slightly. If you had any, you gain an additional 4th level spell slot right now for the next 24 hours.
Shit.
Ooh.
Fuck.
All right,
That's nice.
I really want to break it off.
Oh, you did. The crystals themselves, this isn't a natural formation or anything. This is a busted open crate of varying crystals of varying sizes and energies.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Yeah,
these are all loose crystals.
I'm gonna put that in my pocket.
Okay. You put the crystal in your pocket, and yeah, you have access to another 4th level spell for 24 hours. Drost, are you doing anything, examining them? What you doing?
Yeah, I'm looking at to see how they're. So visually, they seem to have been connected to the vats here and like charged up with this. I'm just trying to see if I can notice like a connection between the crystals and any of the other stuff, and just mechanically or magically how they work.
Roll me an Arcana check, please. And you have time if you want a guidance.
I definitely would guidance, because I'm in intel mode. Arcana.
Yep. 15. As you're looking over the crystals and some of the equipment, kind of walking through, checking out like the pylons and some of the connections and whatnot, these crystals themselves give off a very powerful energy just on their own. So whatever, you're not able to ascertain exactly like the source of the power. You did notice obviously the interaction where Tyler had picked one up and the energy flew into her. So you're aware of that connection. There seems to be like some, like those who pick it up find themselves with a bout of energy like that. And you get the sense, looking at the size of the pylons, the crystals, like these crystals that you guys are picking up are anywhere from like 6 inches to like 1.5 feet in size, lengthwise. The crystals in the pylons, though, are closer to like 12 feet tall and like 1 foot thick. So you're not sure if that's a natural formation. Like again, these things look fairly man-made, not naturally grown or harvested crystal by any means. But you get the sense that if we're talking about power output, there's a reason that the 2 12-foot ones are in pylons like that and seem to be energizing most of the equipment, whatever purpose it was being used for here. Almost like a power source, essentially.
Okay.
And you kind of think back, and you had looked over the diagrams for the light blade armor that had been in the workshop. The crystals that are typically embedded in the light blade armor are very similar in shape, not size, to these ones that you have in these boxes.
Hey guys, anybody know anything about light blades? Like what they're, we saw those schematics and I know a little bit about them, but like what's inside them could we put this flesh monster have anything to do with light blades?
We know how to kill them.
I mean, yeah, not that we've seen.
So you've killed them. Are they people? Are they?
Yeah, I mean, they look like
They
people
just-
inside suits.
They just wear armor.
Yeah.
They're just
Yeah,
crappy
it's like a
suits.
super powered armor.
Yeah, and you guys would remember from
So
when
they're
you guys
powered
fought
by
them. Yeah, there were crystals that you guys destroyed and then exploded when they were.
Oh,
fully
yeah.
damaged. So that did seem to act as almost like a power source for the armor. So you guys are able to recognize, like, he's seen the designs for them here in the workshop that you guys were at earlier, but you guys have seen it in functionality. Like, the crystals embedded in the armor as the power source are significantly smaller, but they do have that same kind of crystal tech. Like, they seem of a kind to what you're seeing here in these crates. Albeit these ones, obviously being bigger, seem to have a little bit more power and juice to them.
We should take all of these with us.
I was just gonna say, if I noticed Tyler getting sort of like magically powered up and that she didn't die as a result, I would have probably done the same thing that she did in hopes to.
You would have grabbed one?
Draw some power. Yeah.
Go ahead and roll me a d8, please.
Hey, Cora, while they're doing that, Finn's getting weird, so whenever you get back around to me.
Okay. Drost, you feel a 3rd level spell slot come back to you.
Excellent.
Or if you hadn't used any 3rd level spell slots in that fight, you have an extra for the 24 hours.
Well, as it turns out, I have 4 of 3 now.
You do have 4 of 3.
Cool.
Finn, as they're doing their little bit of research on the crystals, and you're sitting there having some stew.
I'm still fucking hungry, so I'm going to pull a panther out of my bag of tricks, and then I'm going to use, where is it? Vampiric Touch with my last spell slot and do 16 damage to it and absorb.
You know, I don't have the stats of a panther in front of me, but I can't imagine it can take much of that.
Yeah. I figure it's just probably dead.
It is dead. Yeah, it's 13. So yeah, you full on drain that thing and feel the energy absorb into you. You do get the healing benefit from this, but that hunger doesn't go away. In fact, the healing energy that you get from this doesn't even seem to phase that hunger.
That didn't help.
Yeah, and it's just kind of sitting at like the bottom of your stomach, like this pit.
No, that didn't help.
Hey, did you feel any were you feeling this before you got knocked out, or
nope? No, I blew up that tank and then it fucking whammied me. Would be my assumption.
Did you feel anything, or just the lights went out?
Nope, lights went out. Apparently it was more charismatic than me.
At the risk of getting blinded by magical energy, I'm gonna take a minute. If everyone's cool to chill for a minute, I'm gonna try and use or cast detect magic.
I mean, should we get out of here just fairly quickly, because this is like an Empire thing, right?
Oh fuck.
So I mean, we got time, but not unlimited time. I'm assuming, right?
Since you mentioned that, Corey, I guess I don't know what the limitations are as far as being this far away, but I can telepathically chat with my my chicken mount. I think up to a mile away. I'll double check that spell. I'd like to have him do a little bit of recon from the skies above, if that's possible, if that's not shielded.
Let's see. It's within 100 feet of you. You can communicate with it telepathically.
That's the summon greater steed or find greater steed.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's not.
That's the mount. Yeah.
Yep. Find greater steed. Okay. Let's look at the specifics of the spell. While
it's
within 1 mile of you, you can communicate with it telepathically. Yeah, okay. So yeah, it's within a mile of you. It stayed fairly close in case you needed an evac. So
I'm just
having it run recon.
Ask it to keep surveillance on the area around like the well that we went in, and report back to me if it notices anything going on up there.
It reports back to you pretty quickly. It saw a couple of those like weird shaped humanoids that you guys had fought upstairs, like above ground. But about 5-10 minutes or so ago, they all just fell over dead and evaporated into dust. And that timeline checks out with around the time that this monster you killed died.
Oh, okay. So it
will continue. It will continue to keep an eye out for anything else.
All right. So, because I agree. I don't want to spend more time down here than we need to, but like, it sounds like the Empire's up to some shit down here, and I want to know like as much as possible. So I'm a little bit reluctant.
Oh, for sure.
To
I'm down to search. I'm just making sure, like,
I hear it.
Keep on the clock.
Yeah, thanks for the reminder, because I had thought about that before on that first fight that we did. I was going to try and do that to kind of cover our exit. So, like, yeah, knowing that we're relatively safe, I'm in, like, kind of turning over every leaf, trying to get a sense of, like, mechanical and magical functionality.
Okay. Yeah, so you're looking everything over. Go ahead and roll me just an intelligence check as you're kind of looking over the mechanics of this now.
Yeah. That's a saving throw.
$24. Yep. So you said earlier you had casted Detect Magic, correct? Or you were going to take the time to do it?
I guess I would start the ritual, but I'd be like, hey, like, interrupt me if y'all need to feel like we need to get out of here. So yes would be the answer, unless anyone says otherwise.
I hear no objections. All right.
Nope.
You finish Detect Magic and you start looking around. First thing you notice, the crystals in front of you, those crystals in the boxes, there's still a lot of them around here. They give off it's a weird mix of energy, but the two main schools that you're getting inside of them are Necrotic and Evocation, which kind of lines up in the sense of a lot of healing magics and things to do with life force tend to deal with both of those schools mixed together. So there's something about them that definitely seems like it might be tied more to life force and such things like that. Second thing you're going to notice, you kind of just start surveying the room, getting a sense of everything. You see Finn. He has his magic items on.
Yeah.
He has his magic items on that, like, you kind of tamp those down a little bit because you've seen those before. He has an aura around him. Things get a little hazy when you have Detect Magic up. You know, seeing this like essentially a light aura surrounding magical items like that. Things can get a little hazy, kind of like when you're looking at like a headlight while driving at night. You know, just a little fuzzy. The aura around Finn is about 3 times the size of him. And it is pure necrotic school, necromancy.
Are you staring at me like that?
Yeah, well, you've got some serious shit going on. Some sort of curse, some sort of necrotic aura.
I'll say with that intelligence check, you can recognize the signs of a curse when you see one. And that is definitely a curse.
Yeah, we gotta yeah, you've got a massive curse going on you that obviously matches with your hunger here. And currently, I've got nothing for it. I mean, Dispel Magic doesn't touch that shit, so, you know, I don't have as much in the Restoration Magic school or situation. So hopefully you can we can get you somewhere where we can get that taken care of.
Aces. Can I go suck up one of those crystals, see if that makes me less hungry?
You touch one of the crystals. Go ahead and roll a d8.
That 8. Fucking 8th level vampiric touch.
This is the one that explodes.
Your magic has always been a little odd because obviously as a warlock, you're keyed into very certain levels of magic at all times. You feel a weaker sense of magic that you haven't had in quite a bit. Tied to you. You currently have an extra first level spell slot.
Okay.
That pit in your stomach does not react in any way, shape, or form, though.
Boo. Awesome.
So like, what's going on? Again, I'm probably gonna be the last one out of this room, so feel free to interrupt me whenever y'all want to get going. But like, assuming what I see on the map is what was actually in the room, like, there's this center table, looks like, I don't know, experiments going on in there, and connected to this big vat with a whole bunch of shit, like the slight tinkerer in me is also keyed in on some of that.
Yeah, so with that intelligence check, looking at this room, obviously it is some kind of experimentation room. First thing you check for, excuse me, any kind of documentation, anything written down like that.
Yeah,
nothing in this room. There is nothing in this room. This was purely a room for the experiments themselves. Nothing written down anywhere in any of these crates. No kind of office as you kind of give it the room the once over. No documentation at all. Glancing at the machinery itself, though, you can see on this kind of table here in the center, it is big enough for a person to sit on. And the way the metal bindings are set would be to strap a subject down to the table. You can see various cables that are currently not hooked up to anything on the table side, kind of just sitting by the edges of the table. And following the cables, you can see them connecting into some of the vats. So you get the sense that with that intelligence check, whatever they were strapping people down and then hooking them up, and something was happening between that and the vats. You saw the healing effect. Life force, like if you can condense it down into just pure energy, it could be used for something like really powerful healing or really powerful magic.
Oh fuck.
And then you look at the green crystals.
People?
You look at the green crystals, and then you look at the green liquid sitting in the central chamber. That central main vat that hasn't been touched.
Is Soylent Green people?
Oh shit.
Is what green? What did you just say?
What?
There's a still gnawing on that bone, just looking around as you guys are figuring this shit out.
What
are we talking about?
Yeah, you're feeling pretty good now that you have food in your stomach.
Oh, I know. I'm just eating.
Like, do you guys know something about have you come across any of this like green crystal magic stuff before?
Nope, making crystals out of people is new to us.
Well, sure. I mean, even just in the
they're power
in the
cores.
world, the crystal. So yeah. I mean, the what are the light bringers? The light.
Yeah.
Whatever. Light blades. I mean, obviously, this facility is like to create them and power them up. But yeah, did we just suck up the essence of people? Oh fuck, the souls. There were no souls in those monsters we fought topside. Are those what's left of people after their life gets sucked out
and
put into
That's
crystals?
messed up.
I just had to mute myself to give you a slow clap, Dros, because you put it together.
You what?
With that intelligence check, as soon as you say those words out loud, it clicks in your head. Those things didn't have souls. This energy, these crystals, this liquid energy is essentially life essence, something that could be like if you were to quantify and condense a soul, whatever that might be in arcane or mechanical terms, you'd have something with that energy and something without that energy. And you've seen both of them here in the last 24 hours.
Yeah. Okay, real quick, Corey, I just got to say, I just got chills
Yeah,
for that
very good.
like narrative. That's top notch. That's stellar. But yeah, that's fucked up. Can I give that magic energy back? Can I like push that out of my body somehow? That's fucked up.
If you want to do just expend the spell slot to do nothing, you absolutely can.
Yeah, I'm getting that. I'm getting that out of me. I don't want to use that for my own.
Yeah, you purge yourself of that
games
spell
or
slot,
anything like that. No thanks. I'm
ridding
cool with
yourself
that.
of that.
We should fuck this place up.
We should.
Agreed. Like,
Let's tear it to pieces.
yeah. Anybody got any ideas to bring this place down?
I would remind you,
Obviously,
Drost,
without us in it.
You now know the what and the how. You don't know the why yet.
We got to get back to that journal. Yeah.
I think we nicked it, right?
That no, the
Yeah.
arcane thing. I'm
Crystal.
going after that shit with everything I've got to try and crack that info, because like that's the only thing that we didn't get much information on, right?
Correct. Yeah, you guys didn't get a whole lot, and the only person who got close got a very nasty headache after he did.
Yeah,
it.
Finn didn't like that, or
Finn, by the way,
whoever
since
it was.
since you woke
And I
up
could
and
try
you had
again.
this hunger,
Mhm.
the backseat driver's been quiet. And since you ever since that interaction with that arcane crystal where he almost caused a feedback loop in your brain, you were aware that he was watching very, very intently and like present. Like you could feel his eyes on the back, like over your shoulder through that entire fight, even into this room fighting this thing. But you don't feel it right now that you have that hunger.
Yeah, Finn, you said something before about the whoever's behind the wheel or whoever's on the other side of the line, end of the line. What were you talking about? I mean, assuming that's where you get your magic. I mean, I'm familiar with that type of.
Yeah, pretty much.
Do you know anything
wasn't intentional.
about them, or
Not very much. The stuff that I know, I probably wish I didn't know.
Yeah.
If you're ever into it, my buddy in the crystal ball seems to know a lot of random bullshit about random stuff. Mostly magic. If you want to pick his brain, you're welcome to.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want any more information than you have, but
sure. I'll keep in mind.
Yeah, I mean, and if with the revelation of like this, how nasty this shit is down here, I said before I'd be the last one out of here. I'd be the first one wanting to get up to that that interface with that journal thing.
Fair. Yeah, you immediately book it back through the tunnel, into the chamber with the blood pit, and heading for the research room with its empty blood chambers and the crystal eye interface. Everybody going with him, or anybody doing anything still here in the room?
But there's still like smaller crystals around.
There's still a number of crystals here.
I'm gonna take one and like put it in the middle of the room, middle of nowhere. I'm gonna shoot it with an Eldritch Blast from a little bit of a distance. Does it do anything?
Quick question: are you touching it with your bare hand, or are you touching it with like cloth or something?
Cloth.
You would have noticed like when they pick stuff up and when you pick it up. Okay.
Yeah.
You put it in the center of the room and do a Eldritch Blast. Crystal shatters. There's a bit of a flash of light energy, and the two pylons kind of like resonate a little bit and light up for half a second, but they go back to their normal resting color after the crystal is destroyed.
You overload them?
Can I just shoot the pylons?
Go ahead and roll an attack.
Oh, don't bring this place down yet.
Shoot it.
Oh, that's definitely a hit. Go ahead and roll damage. Yeah, you severely dent the metal of the pylon and disrupt its ability to channel energy. You can see the light on the top left one that you shot. It kept it like a standard glow, like the other smaller crystals that you have or you're near. It's a bit dimmer now after it's been damaged.
I'll shoot again.
Right,
if I'm still in the hallway or can hear this, I'd just shout back we can bring it down in a second. Just give me a minute. Grab some information.
He doesn't hear you.
Yeah, that is enough. No, you guys are fine. The crystal itself, you can this time having bent the pylon coil itself, you blast into the crystal itself, and it explodes in a flash of light and a wave of radiant energy. But the wave dissipates by the time it reaches where you guys are standing. And that crystal is no more.
What about, are all the little crystals still glowing?
The little crystals are still glowing. The vat, the main green vat here, is a bit dimmer. In fact, that pylon that's still remaining is now brighter than the vat itself.
Okay, cool. Hey, what was that dude hollering about? What do you want?
He said, tear it all down.
Tear it all down?
I think so.
Yep.
Drost, did you say that? He didn't hear me.
I mean, what are you doing? You blasting it more? Or?
Yeah, if nobody's going to say anything, I'll shoot it.
All right, roll 2 more attacks. Yeah, both those hit. Roll damage. Ooh, the pylon is severely damaged and the crystal is cracking. It is not fully busted yet, though.
Nice. I guess I got to
Anybody
measure
else
distance.
doing anything? Anyone doing more
Anybody
attacks?
else?
What's going on?
Anybody else? You want me to just finish it off?
I'm going with Drost. Yeah, finish it off.
Yeah, I'm not getting close.
Yeah, I'm heading out as well. Heading
Okay.
back towards Drost.
Still a hit. Go ahead and roll damage. Yep,
They
with
both
another
hit?
crack. Yeah, both hit. With another crack, the crystal full-on shatters. The room gets noticeably dimmer. Those crystals that are still harvested up, like where you guys were looking at them, those are still fully lit. No change in them. Although they do flash a little bit when the big crystals break, but you get the sense that's more like light recognizing light before they return to the normal glow. The main vat is noticeably dimmer in color and brightness.
I mean, do we would me just blow up all these crystals in here? Or do we want to keep them? Because, you know, it's not going to make the people alive again.
I think
I feel like I would have taken at least one just because I want proof.
Would you have touched it directly, or would you have wrapped it up?
No, I would have picked it up like with a cloth.
Okay. Go ahead and note down arcane crystal in your inventory.
Okay.
So we think like one for evidence and just smash the rest.
I support that. I think
Yeah.
Drost does too.
Yeah,
Right.
well, they're wandering around.
Yeah. Over time, you're able to effectively, between Eldritch Blast and I'm assuming Tez would help out with a hammer, smash up all of the crystals in this room. Each time there's a small flare of light and a release of energy that doesn't hurt you guys in the slightest, but breaking every single one of them, the room gets noticeably dimmer. And that takes a good amount of time because there are quite a few in the crates that aren't open as well. So you guys have your work cut out for you. So we will cut over to Drost and Tyler, who had gone back to the arcane lab, to the research room, up into check out that crystal. Drost, what you doing?
If Tyler is still handy, I'm gonna ask. Hey, so you hooked up with this thing, right? Before?
Yeah, I just didn't read as much as I thought I would be able to.
Can you I'm like, if it's possible, can you just like explain to me exactly like from a like I'm trying to get as much information from her as possible to get like to know to like hook up with this thing as like sync up with it as good as possible.
For the
to like
purposes
explain
of this,
how I did.
she can give you the help action as you try to interface with it again.
Hey, yeah, I do that for sure.
Yeah, that's sweet. So I don't think I have anything like magical that will really help boost other than like I'd for sure use my guidance.
It's still gonna be it's gonna be the same as before. It'll be a Arcana and then a history check. Because she interfaced it with it before and she's giving you the help action, it'll be advantage on both of those, and you do have time to guide yourself. You can apply the guidance to either one of those you want. I'll say, and I'm gonna let because
I don't think
retroactive. I'll say you like if you want like you can apply to whichever one you want whenever after you've made the rolls. So like smite or like a bardic almost.
Okay. Yeah, I mean I was gonna say I'm cool with that. I was assuming that once if I were to hook up with it, it'd be hard to cast a spell once I was. All right, so I got advantage, and we'll roll the d4 after if need be. Arcana and history, right?
Yep.
And where did history go? I thought I was. Yeah, there we go.
Perfect. You have
good measure
full you have full access to this thing, and you start pouring through looking through this, and the very very first entries, just kind of skimming them over, start out by explaining like the purposes of this facility and the initial research experiments. Initially, it had nothing to do with life force energy. It was in fact just the manufacture and testing of new equipment for Imperial Special Forces, the Light Blades, and in fact the Black Guard. So like the highest of high, figuring out what would be best to equip them going forward and things like that. This was also at the time when it was still commercially owned, because the facility was initially built by an entrepreneur, Imrian, the elf. So it was meant as more of like, how can we improve what's already out there so we can get more contracts and make more stuff and make more money? And then there's about a week-long gap in the recordings. And the second part of the journals, as you start going through them, are noticeably different in tone, talking about using live subjects and distilling the essence into the arcane crystals. You get the sense this is when the experimentation really started. They were taking prisoners from a nearby prison up the peninsula, bringing them down here and essentially harvesting them, turning them into arcane crystals that weren't necessarily going to only be used in the light blades, but for other means as well. Everything from airships to the new light rail that connects Hilltown and Meridia as a direct connection to just any kind of arcane powered gizmo that a mage or an enchanter can come up with in the Riverlands in the capital. if it needs a power source, they were capitalizing not just on the technology, but the power source and the technology around that, knowing that was going to be where the real money was. This group that took over, which ostensibly it's written out like it would be the Empire. And you were already told the Empire took over this facility, but there's no mention of doing this like government contract work or anything like that. It's very much written like a private individual writing it, in the technical sense, but from a viewpoint of someone who isn't doing it just for their, government job.
But I'm getting the sense that this is potentially still under the same ownership, like Imrian.
You're getting the sense that it's different ownership with different priorities, but not necessarily like you were told that the Empire itself took over this facility. You've read Imperial research reports. They have a very strict standard of how they have to be written and distilled. This is still being written like a private journal, like a private experimentation log, not in the Imperial standard.
Okay.
Then you start getting further into the reports and mentioning that there's an entity that was generated from the mass concentration of life force.
Fuck.
It doesn't get into the specifics of what the entity was, but then it does name it the Hunger, saying that having that much life energy in one spot distilled and stored summoned whatever the Hunger was. And in some of the small sublogs of this, one of the research leads notes that he thinks this is an aspect of the Prince.
Does that ring a bell? The Prince?
Roll me a religion check.
Gladly.
This one not at advantage because she is not able to assist you on this one. But
and yeah, if I'm still hooked up to this thing, I wouldn't be able to be guidancing.
Yeah, like your mind is tapped into this thing. It's rolling a mile a minute. But you do remember reading one almost. It's almost like it almost reads like a legendarium, like a book of mythology, pre-imperial, talking about before the creation war and the fall of Eldath and the other gods led to Nularn and the creation of the Imperial Church. Most of the cosmic entities that would have been referred to as gods in those days were all banded together at one point against the entity known as the Prince. And in some writings, he was known as Demogorgon.
Ooh.
What? Demogorgon! I just Stranger Things. Wow. Okay. So the journals are referring to the Hunger being related to the Prince.
It's a theory. So in one of the sublogs, the research lead, the guy that you actually looted the crystal off of in this room, he has a theory. He writes a theory that the aspect or the Hunger, while it's not Demogorgon itself, it's almost like a fragment, like a piece of Demogorgon that was made manifest in the world, and notes that the arcane anchors that keep the Prince out of the material plane are still in place. So this is him almost pushing himself through the fold, like through a mesh grate.
Sure. So this focus of energy kind of gave him like a crack in...
Like a lighthouse bringing a ship into shore.
Yeah.
That much energy. You know enough from the stories. Demogorgon was a devourer. Anything that was in his purview that he sought to destroy and make into his own body. That much energy being concentrated in one spot, of course it would have drawn something that cosmically hungry to it.
So the real question to the rest of the group, obviously, once we catch up, was that maybe the play from the beginning? Anyways, so is that okay. So that's
you also the rest of your checks, after going through those sublogs, it starts mentioning that the experiments are getting a little more barbaric. They're pulling in more and more sacrifices from the prison, creating more of what they end up calling the Sorrow Sworn, which are the soulless husks. Mentioning that they don't exactly have a good disposal method for them. The rate at which they're being created cannot be kept up with the disposal method. crushing them down into just fine flesh material and flesh waste. There's just too many. They don't have a good method of that, of how to keep up with the process. And you almost kind of look back and notice, like, you look back at the pits in this room with you that were when you first entered, they were filled with blood and flesh.
They liquefied the dead to feed the living. Great.
Hmm.
Not, that was a Matrix reference. Not that they're doing that here, but
the last bit of information that you're really able to get, it still reads again like a technical journal, running through different experiments, slight changes to the method to see if there's any change in output, things like that. They do eventually land on a process that leads to a fairly consistent output. Most of these crystals being able to be used by spellcasters to massively empower their spellcasting ability. Those without spellcasting ability, if they were to utilize one of the crystals in its raw form, would gain a spellcasting ability for a limited amount of time. And like one of the more recent log entries, the last log entry, in fact, is dated about a week ago. That it was the last one that was signed off, and it mentions that this research group has been holding off reporting back into the main branch of the Mystics of Meridia on their success in this endeavor, mostly because those that have been interfacing with the Hunger, which are the central staff of this facility, have been discouraging doing that until they have what they're looking for.
Wait. So let me put it in my own words and tell me if I'm wrong. So the Hunger's appearance didn't, like, we're assuming that's not what killed everyone.
It didn't stop the experiments.
They noticed the Hunger here and they continued working towards a goal they hadn't achieved. And
the Hunger's appearance, based on what the writings say, after the Hunger appeared, the rate of experimentation and the method of experimentation grew in frequency and brutality.
That's when it increased. Oh, okay.
And as time went on,
looking for?
The specifics of that are not mentioned. It's only mentioned that this subgroup of the Mystics of Meridia did not check in with their primary leaders, as the research leads were still looking, or they hadn't achieved the result that they were looking for.
Okay. Is that that's a shitload of information. Is that where it ends?
That is where everything ends, with the last journal entry mentioning a new experiment about 7 days ago, with a new batch of subjects to be undertaken.
Okay, so as that, like, the light fades and I get to the end of the journal, I'm just gonna look to Tyler and be like, holy fuck. And I'm just gonna be, come with me. And if you can find one of those red robes, and if you still have your crystal, and if Taylor's here too, I'm gonna say I've got more questions I want to ask. I'm assuming at that point, then
Yeah,
we've spent a lot of time there.
With the time you've taken interfacing with the device, the rest of the group would have been able to destroy anything they wanted in the main room. I know Tez and Finn were destroying crystals and whatnot. Garuk, were you assisting them? What were you doing?
Yeah, I was assisting them.
Okay. Real quick, as that's happening, Finn, can I have you roll a perception check for me?
Yep. Good at those.
You are good at them, so you're able to spot it. You remember, after a certain encounter outside of the Redwood Forest, when you guys were first heading there, leaving Hilltown, Garuk had a mark placed on her neck in the shape of a handprint by her associates. That mark looks to be fading.
Okay. Hey, Groot, that mark's fading, right?
Yes, I know. I know it is.
Is that a bad thing?
Probably.
But you guys are all regrouped here in the central experimentation chamber, having destroyed a lot of things in the sub lab and gathered a lot of information here in the experimentation room. But you're all back together.
Rook, what does that thing on your neck mean?
Long story.
You never tell us anything.
Oh, I've told some people a lot more than what I should have.
You're too sneaky.
And Tez, the less you know about the markets, the better.
Okay. We just want you to be safe.
So the Empire is actually worse than we thought they were.
Seems that way.
If the rest of you guys are back with us, I'm gonna.
Yeah, you guys are all. Yeah, you guys are all together.
I'm gonna TLDR things, quick, but I'm gonna look to Finn and be like, "Ready, you guys up for some interrogation?" I'll be like, "Hey, Tez, sorry, but someone might need to impersonate one of these." The mystics here. So we might. I'm just gonna say, if we can get back to the guy, the corpse over in this library area, wherever Tez blew up those two things, those two little minion things. If that corpse is in any shape to speak. Even if it's not, I'm gonna tell him I'm gonna use a spell to hopefully give it the ability to answer some questions, and we might need either to coerce or extract that information. I don't know what sort of leverage we'll use to do that. But I was thinking maybe we could impersonate, someone could impersonate the mystics, and we can be like, we can be like some sort of an Imperial inspection team or something like that, or like a mystics like recovery team or something like that, and get maybe some more information out of this body. It's a long shot, but
so you just want to bring it back to life, and then you want me to lie to it a whole bunch to get it to tell us stuff.
I can't bring it back to life. I can give it the ability to answer like 5 questions.
Do you know what questions you want to ask it?
That's the question. That's what I'm looking for. I don't know if it'll answer questions that I don't ask it. So at best, I'm hoping to have someone be some backup to look like they're to give me some credibility for being with the mystics. Is this
like the whole ass person? Does it know it's dead? Them? They?
That is a really good question.
Are they still a they? Are they in it now?
I'm not sure what it can. I don't think I've cast this spell before, legit, canonically.
You have not.
So this is sort of a first try. I don't know if it can perceive anyone or if it's just a vocal thing or what, but I'm hoping to be as prepared as possible. So if you can do the asking, then great. But if I have to be the one to do the asking, we should probably, we're limited to the amount of questions we can ask. So, and intimidating a corpse, intimidating a dead person is probably not.
Yeah.
something that is going to get us very far, because, you know, they're already dead.
I mean, do we need to talk to him? I mean, we kind of pretty much know what's going on down here, right? Like, I'm assuming you told us what all the stuff you found in the journals. I mean,
point of order, by the way, about that info from the journal. When you were relaying it, Drost, did you at any point say the words "the Prince" or "Demogorgon"?
Yeah, I mean, I would have probably, yeah, that would have been in a TLDR. That's definitely a pertinent topic.
Would you have said both of them or just one or the other?
I would have probably said whatever. I would have said whatever was in the text. So if it was the prince that it was referred to,
yep.
But like, you know,
Finn, you take 6 points of psychic damage when he says the words "the prince."
Oh fuck! Shit!
And you as soon as you say hear it, your mind forgets it.
Hey, don't! What the fuck just happened?
I don't know, man. I was just telling you what
do you mean?
read.
Is your curse getting to you? What's going on?
No, something he said. I got like fucking stabbing pains in my brain, and now it's completely gone. So whatever you said, like 8 or 9 seconds ago, don't say it again.
Right.
Stop it, Drost. You're giving him a headache.
Yeah, so that would have happened pre our conversation about what to do. I'm still gonna wake this guy, or I'm gonna try and wake this guy up with the spell, because the main thing I feel like the information that we don't have is what they were looking for, what they were, you know. Obviously, yeah, we know what they were doing here, but why they were. Right? Pardon?
That's the power, right? I mean, it's just a little energies, like. That's what they use to power the Lightbringer suits. I mean, that's what they're doing, right? I mean, is it deeper than that?
I think it is, because if they weren't reporting after they woke up the hunger, or after the hunger came, they were obviously looking for something that they wanted more than the power of the crystals. So
I assume that's trying to get the hunger like free, right? That's why they stopped reporting, because the hunger like corrupted them.
Sure. I mean,
it was the fucking hungry. That was all they could goddamn think about.
Yeah.
True.
I did Google it. Speak with the dead. That word "you" is very important. Nobody else can ask questions. Just as reference. So.
Well, if I have a good enough sense of the spell, then, you know, sure, I'll if I do know that. Otherwise, yeah, I mean, if anyone wants to come over, it won't take long. You know, I've only got 5 questions to ask. I'm at least going to try and ask, you know, because so the guy in this one was the where we found the research crystal, I think, right?
Correct.
In the research wing, obviously.
Oh wait, actually, hold on. Let me make sure. I know a couple of them were placed in different spots.
I'm almost certain, because the first one was a security.
The research chief was placed. You found that in one of the blood pools up in the top left.
Yeah, which would have been in the same area as this north wing.
Yeah, the workshop itself did not have one in there.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, sorry. Maintenance. That was the maintenance chief. That was in the
there's one over in this room over here.
Maintenance chief was the one on the exploding gas shit, right?
No, that was the staff chief. Staff chief was down in the exploding room, the room where Tez walked in and obliterated 2 of the little like dog things. That was the maintenance chief room, and then the northwest one with the journal crystal was the research chief room.
All right. Well, I'm assuming Drost can't put anything. I mean, we don't know exactly who held what, but I'm gonna whatever one makes the most sense, whatever corpse makes the most sense, to see if I can talk to that is the research chief. I'm gonna go to that one and ask it some questions.
You did not ever see a corpse for the research chief in this room. The crystal, like your research chief's security crystal, was just in one of the blood pools. The 2 corpses that you've seen that would be intact enough for you to complete the spell, because I believe it has to still have a mouth, and yeah, it still has to have a mouth. In that case, it would be the one that was getting nommed on in the maintenance chief room, or the one with the poison room.
Well,
or any other ones upstairs as well. I don't know if those would be what those would be tied to.
So the one of them upstairs had a security chief on him, right? And there was another corpse in the room with the ledgers on it.
Yes.
I mean, I think we're gonna get more information out of the one down here. So I got a couple of shots at this. So I'm gonna go with the one in this room over here that looks like there was more information in it, and just I'm gonna ask it a couple questions.
Okay. You go into the room as you're getting ready to begin the process of the spell. Your steed checks in with you.
Oh, okay.
30 minutes away, patrol of Imperial Legion. Heading in this general direction. They don't. He can't necessarily tell if they're heading right for your guys' location, but they're close enough that it's worth noting, and they're heading in that general direction.
I'm gonna respond. Can you count how many?
Well, it rolled a 24 in its perception, so it would note 30.
Fuck. I'm not gonna share that quite yet. It's not a ritual casting. It's just a straight spell casting. I'm gonna pop this guy awake, and I got 5 questions, right?
You do.
If anyone,
as the energy takes hold, its features seem to light up with this gray light, just ever so slightly.
If anyone had any suggestions, feel free to offer them as far as what questions to ask. But
so, for the purposes of this, I'm not going to be super stingy in that, like, anyone who voices a question, if Drost chooses to use that question, you can voice the question. It's fine.
Right. Yeah. But if I'm trying to
it
make,
it has to come from you. But
yeah, if I'm trying to like persuade it,
like, I'm not going to say you have to recite it word for word or anything like that. But if anyone has anything they ask and Drost chooses to repeat that, that's fine. But you got 5 shots as this thing comes back to some semblance of presence. What do you ask about?
Well, can I waste one on who are you? I mean, I suppose we'll start small. Yeah, what's your title?
Give me a persuasion check real quick.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay. Where are we? Persuasion. Yep. That fits. That tracks.
You can almost see as the light, like the eyes, like rove over all of your forms, and it occurs to you, Drost, with your intelligence. None of you are wearing the robes.
I was gonna. Okay.
Would you have had that thought before casting it?
I really don't want to meta that, but I specifically said like that if someone were to come with me to put on a robe, if nobody else did, and if I knew that no one could talk to it other than me, I would for sure have put on a robe, because my whole intention was to try and get credibility.
Yeah, you did.
Knowing that
you did say that earlier.
Yeah.
So
knowing that I'm not very persuasive.
I'll give that to you. It looks over you, and it almost doesn't seem to believe, but then it just maintenance chief Darek Imrar.
Ew. He's talking.
Okay, so what I ultimately want to know is what were they doing after? What were they looking for? What were they looking for? What were the What were this facility's goals after the hunger awoke?
To enhance the power of the hunger and bring forth powers untold to those of us loyal to the prince.
Uh-oh. Finn, you around for this?
If you are, take 3 points of psychic damage. That's your choice if you want to be anywhere near this.
Wait, he's way up here with the dead guy?
Yeah, he's in that room.
No, I'm assuming I'm like waiting by the front door.
You're fine then.
Okay, so to enhance the power of the hunger, to empower those loyal to the prince, you said? Something like that?
Yes.
Okay, so that I know that's not necessarily the Empire. Do you know? Oh, I gotta find the research chief now. Do you know where the research chief? Where is the research chief?
He was always in his lab.
God damn it.
And if not, he would be in the sub-lab with the hunger.
Oh, so he's fucking toast then.
Maybe.
That's 3?
He has no idea.
Right, yeah, I'm just
information
thinking out loud.
after his death.
Yeah, I'm thinking out loud there. So that was who are you? Am I at 3 or 4?
You're at 3.
Okay.
So we got 2 left.
What could the hunger have evolved into?
A true fragment of the prince, capable of walking the material plane without the need for the anchors to be disrupted.
Jesus Christ. Guys, we stumbled into something a little bit more than rebellion here. Last one, anyone have any suggestions?
No.
Maybe something along the lines of who's responsible or who's in charge.
Yeah. Who? Okay, in the journal, you said that they refrained from reporting to their Empire handlers.
They refrained from reporting to the main group, or their superiors in the Mystics of Meridia.
Okay.
Which is not, for the record, you are very familiar with the arcane substructure of, magical organizations with the Empire. The Mystics they don't ring a bell for you at all.
Sure. They're Black Ops. Okay, how do we get their superiors? Fuck. Well, I mean, I can cast it again on another one. So, who do your reports go to? Who does this organization, who does this cell's reports go to?
The reports of this cell are taken to the higher superiors in the Mystics of Meridia
Yeah.
via arcane transmission or direct courier from the blade. I don't know if the twins are around to hear that word, but...
Well, I'm going to recount it.
Yeah, I don't think I was in there.
As verbatim as I possibly can. Yeah, that is exactly what I was hoping to get. I mean, that was 5 anyways, so, he fades back into lifeless corpse.
The gray energy leaves its body completely. And you give the TLDR to everybody?
How long would you say that would have taken?
10 minutes.
Fuck. Yeah, we're out.
Go.
Well, you guys don't know that. whoever's by me, I'm just gonna start walking back towards the exit. A, we got to figure out how to get the fuck out of here, and B, we got 20 minutes before a legion is on its way here. Which, now that I think about it, why would a legion be coming here if they didn't have their hands in this too? If the Empire didn't have their hands in this too. But anyway, I'm back with the group, and I would really briefly, if no one cared to hang out and listen to that, I wouldn't maybe share it right away. So yeah, anybody got any ideas on getting out of here?
Let's like run. The way we came in, right?
Yeah, we fell in and we were kind of sucked down the well, so we could jump.
Oh yeah, how high up is it?
Do you guys stand in the bottom of the well and look up?
Yeah.
I'm gonna jump at the bottom of the well.
Anyone who stands in the bottom of it, you guys feel an arcane effect wash over you, and you start slowly levitating up. Ooh. Before flying up, similar to how you did the first time. You fly up at an incredible speed before once again slowing down near the top and to be deposited outside of the well. You gather, Dros, that the other effect, you had first clocked the first one as Featherfall. The other one was Levitate.
Sure.
Both transmutation effects.
Nice.
But you guys are easily able to escape from there, and I'm assuming you guys are booking it not along the main road that you took to get here.
No.
Yep.
Do we want to try and secure anything or no?
I'm assuming the red fires can get us through the woods and cover our tracks, right?
Absolutely.
Now, I need to know which direction are you guys heading in? So, to give you kind of an idea, you guys are currently northeast of Elvenon, farther up the peninsula a ways, not too far from the coast, though, and where technically your boat would be parked if you really wanted to go that way. If you were to head west or northwest, you would eventually reach the coast, or north for that matter. You'd reach the coast, and they could probably try to find your ship from there. If you head southwest, avoiding the road, it'll take you a little longer to get back to Elvenon proper, but you could get there. Heading along the road southwest obviously would be the fastest route, but you will run into that patrol. And then northeast is, from what you guys remember from the bounty postings, where the Druid Circle that is currently wanted is located. So I need to know which direction you guys are being led by the red fires.
Well, Tyler, you're still not down with headed to the Druids, right?
I'm more open to it now that we've gotten a chance to process. We could do that.
There is that, rebel group in town that we're supposed to meet with later.
Yeah, and, we could definitely get an in with Imrian if we get back to Elvenon.
Yeah, I'd be curious to know how much of, when he lost track of that thing.
All right, so you guys are heading back coast-wise or just through the forest to Elvenon?
Shit, I say we got a ranger. Let him shine.
Yeah.
Yeah, up through the forest, closer to the coastline, but mostly still in the forest. So we're not really seen by much from the outside looking in.
Okay. For the purpose of this, go ahead and roll me a survival check. And I can't remember if your favorite terrain is forest or not. Is it?
It was.
I'd have the bird try and scout as much as possible too.
Natural Explorer Forest. Okay. So make that check at advantage then. And yeah, your steed is keeping you with apprised of information. It does report back one interesting thing. The 11. As you guys start making your way very slowly towards the coast, your steed reports back. You were in Elvenon long enough to see the guards, the main Imperial Legion that would do policing in that local area. They're officially named the Eldar Legion, but they are often nicknamed the Greenfoots. They wear the typical Imperial Legion style uniform and armor, but they don't wear the black and gray of the Legion. It's more green accented than red and gray. The Legion that's heading this way is standard Imperial Legion wearing the red and gray, not the local guards.
Sure.
In fact, it would be you know enough about the Civil War going on that there's enough other Imperial Legion not tied to local outposts. This is one of the groups that was brought up here specifically to put down the unrest.
Oh, great.
There's no other reason for them to be a red and green or red and gray Legion to be this, especially this far up into the peninsula. There's no way for them, no reason for them to be in this territory unless they were up here initially for that. Why they're heading directly or why they're heading in the general direction of that facility, or if they're even heading to that facility is not entirely obvious from the outset. But with an 11, you guys...
Should we set it on fire before we left?
Oh, no. We should have.
Oh, well, next time.
We didn't have time to plan that. Honestly, I don't think.
Yep.
Well, you guys continue heading towards the coast. Because it was a low survival check, this is going to be a group stealth check. As you guys pass through the woods to not draw any kind of attention to any kind of scouts or Imperial Rangers that this Legion might have brought with them as a scouting force.
I would have used that when we took
You
off
cast
anyway.
Pass Without a Trace. All right, everybody gets a +10 then.
Nice.
If anyone else is louder than me,
Finn.
Jesus.
I have one
Keep it
more
down.
use. I've got one more use of Chronal Shift. Reroll
ahead,
that, Finn.
Nice.
You feel Finn. You almost feel yourself step on a branch, and your foot gets almost pushed off,
Oh,
and
Fuck
you completely
yeah.
miss the branch.
hell yeah.
So with the
was
+10, it's a 32, a 30, a 23. Yeah, okay. Group. The +10's really saving you guys. You and that re-roll of that natural one. You guys passed the group check. So it takes you a while, but you're quiet. You're being quiet enough and careful enough walking through the woods here, with the druid and the ranger guiding you guys along, that even though you're taking your time, you're doing it quietly enough to not draw any extra attention to anyone who might be going through the woods looking for things. So you get the sense that you made it out of there scot-free. But you continue along to the coast and eventually find exactly that. You find a rocky, pebbly beach. Go ahead and give me one more survival check, Taylor. Not at advantage, because this will be coastal for this one. Okay. You do not recognize exactly where on the coast that you are. But you know that if you eventually follow it southwest, you'll eventually hit Elvenon.
I've told you my rolls were shit.
Oh, Finn, by the way, take inspiration for the natural one.
Hey.
And I think Garuk, you have inspiration as well from a natural one con save. But you guys continuing along the coast, heading southwest?
Just a question, rough on the world map. Roughly, where were we? Where's that facility?
Somewhere up in this region.
Okay, so
northeast of Elvenon itself. There's not exactly an official roadway system heading farther into the peninsula, since a lot of it's claimed as ancestral territory to the elves, and it's a little more wild in nature. In fact, it's right now where there's a druid group running an open resistance against the Empire. It's not a place that the Empire typically goes to, so not a whole lot of roads and mapping going on up in that direction. But there's still people who are a little more friendlier terms with non-humans and the elves that do have properties up there, and Imrian would definitely be one of them, as he is a pure-blood high elf, and also has more money than he probably needs. So, but you eventually make your way. Would you have had your steed regroup staying over you, or keeping a distance and following that group, the Legion?
If I have a confidence in our druid and I've got confidence in our druid and ranger to get us out of there. We would probably be out of range of communication, but I would have tried to have him do recon on what that Legion was doing for sure.
Okay. Over the course of the next over the course of the next hour or so, it checks in every once in a while as it's doing just laps. Checking on the Legion, coming back to tell you, checking on the Legion, coming back. It eventually hits the point where the Legion would have to turn directly to that facility, but your steed reports that they do not do that. They continue on a northeast heading. They come within a quarter mile of the facility, but they don't go to the facility itself. They continue past it.
Hey,
and head and that it's at that point that they start you piece together. They're heading farther up into the peninsula. And the steed needs to know if you want it to keep trying to run recon or not.
Hey, Tyler, question. Do I know anything about the druid and the druid circle and stuff like that? Because, from a meta perspective, I'm assuming they're going towards the druid grove to wipe them off the face of the earth. But would Drost know to ask that question, I guess?
You're aware that there's druids farther up, and the bounty poster that everyone had kind of heard about and a few of you have read did mention that the suspected territory of that specific druid that is currently wanted, Ilrin Silver, was farther up into the peninsula.
Then I'm gonna be like, hey, is that person who you were talking about before that way? And I would point the direction that because the Legion is going, and I would give them the bearing that the scout told me.
Should we shadow them?
I mean, I don't know. Would a Legion have any other reason to go into the peninsula, if not hunting down a rebellious group of druids?
I mean, they're probably not up to good. Just in general. So, I mean, what do you think? Should we just follow them at a distance?
I mean, I can have. Yeah, I can have my mount just sort of shadow them.
If I can get an hour, I can get Elvis back.
Right, we might not have the time to intervene if.
Isn't the prison that way?
The prison was noted as being farther up the coast, in the northeast direction.
And what way are they heading?
They are heading northeast, but they're a little farther inland. They're not riding the coast.
Okay. I mean, they could be going towards the prison.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's your call. We'll make it your call, Tyler. I mean, it's their Taylor, too. I mean, if you want to go, if you think there's a possibility they're going towards the Druids, you think we should go that way, we can.
I think it'd be a good idea.
Oh crap! They can't communicate. Well, I would suggest if we know if we can shadow them for a little while, and if we know for sure that the Legion is heading towards the Grove or whatever.
Well, we should wait for how much group sneaky as fuck. She can get in there and figure out what they're doing.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say I could potentially have the bird or have the mount fly ahead of the Legion and warn the Grove. I don't know how it would do that. It can't talk other than to me, though. So they might have a way of communicating with it, but I'm just trying to think of like what things we could even do to stop a Legion.
Finn, Taylor,
so what,
and
30
Tyler.
people?
Finn,
these all
Taylor,
like
Tyler, roll a perception check for me real quick.
I mean, 30 people's not that many.
Okay.
Jesus Christ, game.
Yeah, Taylor, you're still a little distracted by trying to figure out where the hell you guys are. Finn, and give me your roll, Tyler, as well.
Oh yeah.
You can make Tyler. You can make it a survival or perception. I'll leave that up to you. Either one, really.
Perception it is.
Okay. Both of you, as you're taking the time to stop and have this discussion, figuring it out, you kind of glance in the direction of southwest a little bit, the way that Taylor was leading you. Taylor's kind of looking at some of the trees, just trying to figure out your bearings. And you can see through the trees themselves, a couple 100 feet southwest of you, still along the coast, is a very familiar looking ship.
There she is. I'm heading that way.
Sweet.
Do you tell him, or do you just start taking off towards it?
Yeah, I just like, come on, guys.
All right. Tyler starts heading southwest, continuing the path that her brother had been taking you guys along. Do you guys follow?
Gary's going to be so excited to see us. I can't tell him. I can't wait to tell him what happened.
Drost, do you follow?
Oh yeah, I'm not staying out here and just by myself.
You follow through the trees and eventually are met at a coastline deepwater port, essentially. And sitting there in the cove is a massive 3-masted galleon with some kind of arcane arrays on the side affixed to the sides of it at various points, along with some kind of engine sitting in the center of the main deck. You've seen ships like this very, very rarely, and only when in proximity to Meridia proper. This is an airship that can be docked in water. And they're heading towards it like they own the place.
Like, guys,
What?
that's like
a
an
boat.
Imperial ship.
Not no mo. Was.
And repurposed.
We stole it.
Wow,
After
really
we fucking murked the dude that owned it.
really flying under the radar, aren't we?
Nope.
Our specialty,
Did you not
really?
see the fucking gigantic bounty on that poster?
Jesus.
We're flying over the radar.
How long do you think you can stay off that poster, by the way, Dros? Like, you know it's next, right?
Yeah, I mean, after seeing what the Empire was doing in that facility, I'm under no illusions at this point. So I mean, in for a penny, in for a pound.
All
right. You guys I'm assuming you guys take to the gangway of the ship. Captain Finn, you're on the deck. What are your orders?
Well, shit. I'd say let's fucking get up in the air. Let's find this Legion and decide if we're gonna fucking blow them up now or later.
All right. You
Does the
start
ship
calling
have
out...
the capability of wrecking a Legion?
It's like 30 people.
I know how. Let's do it.
I don't know what this thing can do. Jesus.
We've got
some
some
gigantic fucking cannon.
Rook,
yeah, for
let's
the
go
purpose.
film
Yeah, we'll be fine.
Yeah, this thing has, as you kind of like walked up the gangway, you were able to get a look at it, Drost. Mounted up top on the actual like front deck, there are multiple ballista that can be aimed in various directions. However, the deck underneath, about 2 decks below the main deck, was an array of cannon batteries mounted on one side, presumably on the other side as well. And when you take to the center deck, this like center option this like arcane engine almost sitting here on the main deck, you definitely get the sense that there's some weird magical effect to this thing, with some of the switches and how it's powered. So this thing has some secrets, it looks like.
I didn't get past. I wouldn't have seen any of the armaments. I would have just immediately walked into the whatever arcane engine situation as like, and like, I'm Tinker brain is going on overload.
Hey,
here.
strip club girls there, handsy.
No, I'm not touching. No, believe me, I'm not. I know not to touch shit, but I'm like, reading gauges and what I'm investigating the shit out of this thing.
Fascinated.
Yeah. As you're currently spellbound looking at this thing, Finn, the bosun of your crew, the dwarf known as Rulo, comes up. All right, Captain. What heading? I'm assuming we're getting up in the air, eh?
Yep.
Where are we heading? What heading?
Northwest, northeast. Right?
Northeast, then?
Yeah, northeast.
Yep. Northeast.
Northeast, all right. Let's get at it, you lazy dogs! And the two gnome stewards, Dreenan and Drell, come up and they begin operating. Marius, the half-elf deckhand, comes up as well, and they begin powering up the arcane engine. The sails from the three main masts deploy, and this thing slowly begins to lift out of the water as you stand at the helm, engaging the lift actions. And you have full proficiency and training in this thing, so there's no checks needed for operating a landing or a takeoff. And it begins to sail out of this deep water harbor, curving to the northeast and heading in the direction of an intercept course with an Imperial Legion heading farther into the peninsula. And that is where we're going to leave off for the night. With one last bit, I need everybody to please deafen their mics or deafen their headsets. Joe, for the purposes of recording, can you take off yours and I'll let you know when you can put them back on?
Absolutely.
Except for Kendall.
All right, headset is...
Everybody deafen except for Kendall, please.
Yep, I'm off.
Right. Kendall, can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. Garuk, as the Misty Step begins to take off, since the battle down in the pit against the hunger, your throat has been burning. And you know what that means. You know that your time is up. You know that the deal that you made with the Brotherhood has come to an end. And you are now being forced to make a choice. You know that if you choose not to follow the itch around your throat, you're going to lose all of your memories. You'll retain your skills, but you will not know who you were, who you worked for, anything from your past, up until when you met these people. Or you can follow the itch and try to satisfy the deal, maybe remade. So I need to know, Garuk, what do you do?
Follow the itch.
Give me on your character sheet, switch your role from public to GM, and give me a stealth roll, please. At advantage, I'd say. Everyone's a little busy. Easily enough, as everyone's busy slipping, getting things ready for the ship to take off, you find your moment where no one's watching the edge of the ship, and right before the gangplank is pulled up, you slink off into the woods and follow the itch. And I will talk to you after the session about that. Thank you. All right.
So
Everybody
the
but Zach.
question is, are we banned from watching the video?
I will say you
At this
can't watch it
point?
until the day of. Day
The
of.
day
I'll
of
let
the
you. Yeah. The next whenever we
next
have the next
session.
session, you guys can watch it. Yeah. Oh, Zach hasn't come back yet,
Ooh.
but that is going to end it for the night, though. So, Joe, if you want to cut it off there.
I cast shield.
Can I come back too?
Yes, you can. Sorry, I put it in Roll20. I wasn't sure if everyone saw it yet.
Oh, I wasn't looking at Roll20. Sorry, I was watching the
Gotcha.
Discord.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, go, Joe. You can cut it off there.
Okay, I will end the recording here. So thank you guys for watching, and we'll catch you next time.
All right.